Hey, what is up, collecting crew? This is the Figure Lowdown, episode 15. I'm Jay Feezy, and I just love hearing that, getting that beat going and see one of my guests jive in there. I'll call him out when he comes in. I see you back there. But yeah, it's kind of the point of the music, trying to get things flowing, get you hyped up. At least it gets me hyped up. Sometimes I'll play the wrong song, then I'll start kind of dozing off. So I gotta switch it up sometimes. But thank you all for tuning in. For those of you that don't know, and this is your first time, thank you for tuning in and seeing what we're all about, giving me an opportunity. This is my channel, Feezy's Figures. And in this video series, this Figure Lowdown, I'm going to discuss, me and some panelists, I should say, going to discuss figures of multiple scales, 1/6, 1/12, and in some cases, like this episode, 1/18. And for the most part, we're going to be discussing figures outside of Hot Toys, outside of Hasbro, because there's just so much more out there. There's just a lot of figures, as you know, all of you know who've been collecting for a while, or who are just getting into the collecting game. There's a variety, as you'll soon come to find out. And that's kind of part of why I started this, because I'm guilty of that as well, as getting into different lines, different IPs, and there's so much out there, right? Just so much that it's appealing. So with that, as always, links in the description below to all the figures we're going to discuss. There's one I think I forgot to put in, so I'll put that in after the stream. But for the most part, they should all be down there. I'll put in the timestamps in the description as well after the stream. So once we're done, I'll go back and I'll put those in. I put those in manually each time to kind of for you all watching, in case you want to go back and reference. I go in there and I want to make sure I do that for you guys and provide those. Make it easier for you to go through my streams, right? If you want to skip some of the stuff that you don't really care about, no worries. That'll be in there. And then links, of course, links to my panelists I'll put in there after the fact. Some of them are in there as well right now, but after the stream, I'll go in there and I'll add theirs as well to in the description there. But without further ado, we got a lot of figures to cover. I've been out for a little bit, summer, a lot of activities going on with the family. So we'll get right into it. Let me bring in my guests, and some of them you may recognize are returning, such as DJ Michael Elliott, S Beam, Uncommon Flex, and first appearance here on Figure Lowdown, Feezy's Figures. We got the man himself, Thrawn's Office. T.O., what is up, gentlemen?
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Good. Hope you're all having a good week so far, including my viewers out there. I'll address the chat here in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to bring everybody in and let those of you know, hey, this is gonna be a mostly 1/12 figure heavy episode. We have some 1/6 scale, don't get me wrong, we always start the stream with that. There's a few of them though, but on the back end there'll be more of the smaller scale, so just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, Mike, since this is your first time, or I should say T.O., I'm gonna start calling him T.O. because we have Michael Elliott, and who we used to call Mike L, yeah, which is now Thrawn's Office. I'm gonna call him T.O. just to differentiate. But yeah, thanks for joining us. I was telling everyone backstage here that I found out on one of your other streams that you're on that you also collect 12 scale as well. So that, oh man, I just gotta throw him an invite and get him on here. So I'm glad to have him on here, man.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm a fan of all you guys, so yeah, really happy to see all you guys. Not quite in person yet, although if you guys make it to New York Comic Con, maybe we will hang out. That'd be great. So, but for the time being, I'll take the virtual hello. You gonna head there, Mike? You said?
I'm exploring the possibility. A friend of mine here, I'm pretty sure, is going, and I thought, well, I wanted to go to San Diego. So bad, but there are folks this way that I wouldn't mind meeting as well. Mm-hmm. So I might try and do the New York one, but it's not 100%. But I'm gonna work on it and see what the logistics are this week.
Yeah, man. All right, yeah, let us know. That'd be cool.
Oh, sure. Nice. Yeah, hopefully everyone will go. Michael. All right. With that, let me just go through the chat real quick here. And first one, we got, of course, Gio, the man himself, the movie can. What is up, Gio? Thank you for joining us. We got Uncommon Flex addressing people in the chat as well, doing double duties. I always love to see it. And Blue Tattoo, my boy Blue, what is up?
Hey,
the other
Blue.
half of Blue Beam in the house. Hey, everyone. He's saying, thank you for tuning in and watching, man. Hopefully you have some interesting takes here. Looking forward to hearing what your opinions are on some of these things, as well as Geo's. And maybe we'll get some others that come in here. So with that, let's go ahead and get it started, gentlemen. We've got a lot of figures to go through. So first up, I'm sure some of you have already seen this and discussed this on your respective streams here. Let me enhance, come on, and switch it up. All right, here we go. We got the TGT Toys in collaboration with SWToys. This is Blackbeard, and the TG I found out was Tough Guy Toys, and I probably may have come across that at some point, but there's just so many third parties out there now that it's kind of hard to keep track, even though that's one of the things we cover here is unlicensed and third party in addition to the non-popular figures. There's just a lot, but this is Blackbeard from, or I should say inspired by the Blackbeard, right? Inspired by Blackbeard from Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, tomato, on Stranger Tides. Probably, from what I'm hearing, the least favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And this is right now going for $288 USD, set to come out Q2 of 2025. And he's standing a little over 12 inches, about 31 centimeters ish. So good looking figure. This one I saw was just wow. I was bedazzled. And then, to add on top of that, I started reading the description. Implanted hair, so you can kind of see here he's going to have beard and implanted beard hair and regular head hair. It's probably most likely going to be Barbie hair, like synthetic hair, because they didn't mention wool. I wouldn't imagine it'd be wool, but I think from what I've seen from previous SW toy figures, they've used synthetic hair. So, but I don't know, maybe they might switch it up. Sometimes they don't always specify in the description what they're going to do. That'd be awesome if they switched it up for whatever reason. But in addition, let's see here. He has movable eyes or rotatable eyes, which is awesome. And get this, leather vest, leather coat, and 2 leather belts. So this guy is coming stacked. 6 hands, also 6 interchangeable hands. And I was watching another review from a previous SWToys figure, and they included die-cast weapons. So although it didn't say die-cast in the description for this one, at least that I didn't see, he may come with die-cast weapons, and so that could be another plus. Yeah, so for $288, initially I was like, I don't know, but then you started seeing what he comes with. It seems like a good deal, I think. But to give you some reference to the previous figures SWToys has done, mostly recently video game type stuff. So they've done a few iterations of Jill Valentine, Ada Wong, and Laura Croft. Well, not those figures, right? Inspired by. So they focused a lot of those video game female characters. And actually, I ended up, when I was researching what else they had done in the past, they did a Barbossa, unlicensed Barbossa as well. And so that was, let me see, a while ago, that was labeled Lord of the Caspian Sea, I believe it was. And so, it was kind of interesting. And that's how I kind of find out they had die-cast weapons, because that figure has die-cast weapons, which was interesting. And I think I saw Joao, Big Bretta, shout out to Big Bretta. He did a review on him, and a pretty good review. So go check that out if you're curious, to kind of get an idea of how these SW toy figures are. But while I scroll through the pictures here, you guys have any thoughts on this one? What are you thinking?
I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like when you first said the price, I was like, "Whoa, that's kind of pricey."
Calm down.
Slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. What's happening? But then you started saying, like, with the leather, I mean, that's impressive. Like to include those kind of features, then they have changed my. I mean, because it looks good anyway. But with the rooted synthetic hair, if that's what it is, but the fact that they're giving you leather and not pleather. That's definitely a thumbs up for me.
Yeah, you can even hear like the leather crinkling sound, right?
Yeah,
just like looking at the.
And that's no joke, because that's some layered leather right there.
Yeah, that looks good.
Right?
That looks really good. And movable eyes.
Yeah, that stitching is very impressive.
Yep, another thing that you bring up the price tag.
Yeah, it's got really everything you would want a figure to have, at probably half the price you'd get it if it was made by a Hot Toys or
this
Yep.
this isn't exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive.
Oh my God, it isn't?
Prestige. Yeah.
I have a question though too about the word implanted or implantation, right? Would they
Yeah.
use that if they meant synthetic? You know what I'm saying? Because
you can plug synthetic into.
Right. I haven't heard that used outside of wool.
Yeah.
You know, so are we getting, is this a Chinese translation into English? So there's a little less specificity? I don't know.
It's really kind of
That's a good point. Yeah, I have seen a few descriptions where it used that word implantation or implanted in for synthetic hair. And the figures ended up coming out with synthetic hair. So
okay, then never mind. But that is a mystery aside there. If this head sculpt stays close to this, man, this thing is a home run.
Right? That's the thing, though. That's one of the things I did that seemed was the common the common thing with this figure. When it comes out from final prototype, there is like a decrease. But I mean, that kind of, we get that sometimes with Hot Toys too, right? So and they end up coming out kind of soft. And so as good as this looks, and looks really good, I'm gonna anticipate the final's not gonna look as good as this. So yeah, that's a good point there you brought up. I wanted to remind or let everybody know. That's at least that's what I've seen from the reviews I've seen of previous SWToys. So I don't know. They could this one come out and it could still be a banger from final. So I don't know.
And it's cheaper than Artisan. Oh my God,
for sure.
At least by about $100.
Maybe it has a chance though, because he's kind of older and wrinkled, and it's easier to put more detail into sculpts of older people, because they got the wrinkles, they got the that damage, whereas young people are they're smooth to begin with, so it's going to come out softer.
And what's promising is that it looks this good here, like at least they're starting way up here, and we're not questioning like whether the sculpt looks good or not. I think it's a home run right here. So that's a good point too. That I was
hairline.
That
I agree with you on, right? Like if you start at 100%. And you degrade like 10%, it's still 90%. That's still an A.
Good.
I'll take it.
And you have to realize the amount of hair this guy has. It's not just a head; it's full beard, mustache,
and less than 300 for it. That's amazing.
That's crazy, man.
Yep. Love to see it.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. As soon as I saw this, I thought the same thing. Beam was like, "Oh, this one's coming home." Especially because I got that the latest Jack. I pre-ordered the Jack. I got the deluxe, and so this will definitely be good to pair with him.
That's kind of the point I think of these third parties, right? Is fleshing out a line that you're not going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and check this out. What were you saying, Bean? Look at this.
There he
is. Is this the SWToys?
Lord of the Caspian Sea. Yep.
Oh, you got him. Nice. I thought you mentioned that before.
You got a ring light or something? Can you lighten them up?
Oh, you're a ring light, damn.
Well,
enhance.
I would rather see like something other than a silhouette.
You are.
Oh,
there
mood lighting. Nice.
Oh yeah, he's gonna tell a story. Yeah, Midnight Society. Yeah.
And I'm not even busting his balls, and he's giving me a hard time.
Ooh, right there. There we go.
That's
I'm
putting him to work. Put him to work.
Put him to work. That's right.
That looks awesome.
Put him to work. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You could Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Put it away.
Put it away. While you're doing that,
perfect. Yeah.
Blue saying definitely coming home. Will go great with Captain Jack. Yes,
and
sir.
I forgot they have those too. Yeah.
Collection Obsession in the house. What is up? Thank you for coming through. He's saying Blackbeard figure is very tempting. Yep.
Beam's gonna go crazy with the stop action.
Somebody needs to come up with another Davy Jones.
Oh, monkey.
Yeah, I know, right?
Magnetic.
Yeah, the monkey.
Oh,
yeah.
I see the magnet.
Wow,
that's nice.
That's nice.
Neat.
Very nice.
That's smart.
Man.
Awesome.
Man. So what are your thoughts, since you have it there, what are your thoughts on that, on the figure overall, on the SWToys?
It turned out really good. The sculpt, it's the paint, always tends to suffer when they're from their prototypes. That happens with everybody most of the time. So other than that, I think he looked really good. He turned out really good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some inaccuracies, of course, with the color of the fabric. It just, it's too clean. So, he's a pirate and it shouldn't be dirty. But Other than that, it looks really good.
Gotcha.
They did a damn good job.
Yeah.
If you got a window in that room, just throw him out of it.
Okay, just throw
And
him
then go
out
back
again.
the next morning and he's weathered.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's true. Just throw them out in the rain for a day.
Hopefully he doesn't get peed on by some
Oh
dog.
my goodness.
Other than that, he'll be fairly weathered.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to hear that you're. But it sounds like you're at least happy with it, right? It's like
Yeah,
overall.
I was definitely
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I'm kind of expecting that with this one here. Did you say you're getting this beam as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna get this.
Nice. Yeah. Anyone else pull the trigger on this one?
I'm going to
Or
pass,
plans?
but it looks
You gonna
great.
pass?
Not because it doesn't look swell. I just don't need it, but it looks great.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably get it, but there's so many other things in front of it that
Yeah.
I'll
Gotcha.
probably end up passing. But I like it though. It's tempting. It is tempting.
Yeah.
Because I did order that Jack Sparrow too.
Did you? Okay, nice. You got that one as
So-
well. Yeah.
It's tempting.
Yeah. I mean, even like if anyone were in general wasn't really into the Pirates movies or wasn't looking to collect that line, is just a good pirate figure, right? In general, I mean, he has that
Absolutely.
pirate look and he's all black. I mean, I'm sure anyone who would come in, I would think their first thought would be, oh, is that Blackbeard? I don't think
Yeah,
they would go straight to One-Eyed Willie or anything.
You're absolutely right, because Blackbeard himself is iconic. Blackbeard goes back centuries, well before Jack Sparrow. So there are a lot of people that are into the lore of the sea.
Yep.
Moby Dick and things like that. They'll pick that up in a minute.
That's a great point.
Because
Yeah.
it doesn't have to have anything to do with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Johnny Depp, but when you look at that figure, you're like, oh, that's a Johnny Depp figure. Whereas you look at this, it's like, that is a badass pirate. And
Yeah. Right.
You know,
True.
Yeah. Yeah, and so just that versatility, that kind of is always a plus for me. I mean, anytime a figure has, it's just, you can use it in any display. That's always like one of my major selling points.
Yeah.
And so, I have a few Cowboys in my collection, and can just imagining having this also mixed up in that display. The Cowboys and Pirates, and just like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, right? Just that total different IPs, just the clashing of different genres. It's just cool, man. I just love that, man. It's so awesome. I'm looking forward to this one now. I'm hopping myself up.
And there were Toy Stories, toy companies in the past that created large scale Captain Nemo, 20,000 League Under the Sea kind of stuff. Plug it right in there.
100%.
Blackbeard would fit right in with Captain Nemo as well. There's so many, you can put him into fantasy, into
You could put this guy with a Predator figure, right? Like it's
Ooh,
there you go.
now you're talking.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
that's
that
a
would
great
be-
idea.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, because what was it, the end of it's Predator 2, right? Where you threw him that old school like pistol.
Yep.
Yeah.
You throw that in his hand,
Which was a
It
was
is
a
that-
precursor. It was a precursor to the later movie.
Well, yeah, that figure that pistol makes an appearance in Prey. as well.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn, I love that movie also. Prey. Yeah, it was a great movie. I need to go back and watch that. Yeah, man, I'm getting more excited talking about this with you guys. Blue
Enablers
Tattoo
are
saying, that Blackbeard head sculpt is about as good as that artisan Jack Sparrow. Good, not great. Blue's kind of like, but he's, I think he said he agrees he's going home.
Blue is far more discriminating than I could ever be, especially when it comes to these scopes, man. He does not play. He wants perfection.
Yeah, perfection. Yep. Yeah, but I mean, he's spending his hard-earned money, so it's he has every right to want to, get his money's worth where he feels, as we all do, all of us collectors.
Yeah.
Or just in general, right? But yeah, any other thoughts on this one before we go on to the next one? We'll kind of go through these here. Take that as a no. All right, next one here. We got the 108 toys. Let me show you. Frozen Demon King here. And so this one I think had been out for a couple of weeks already, but like I mentioned, I was kind of out of it for a few weeks, and so I wasn't able to cover this. But I thought this one looked really cool. Again, 1/6 scale. This is 275 USD. This one's a little bigger. He's standing at 14.7 inches, so around 37.5 centimeters. set to come out Q1 of next year, of 2025. And so this guy comes with a light up helmet. Also, so this one says wool hair transplant in this one. So apparently he's gonna have wool hair, per the description I've seen.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna have some metal armor pieces. Let's see here. This one's weird. In the description, it says brand new, high quality, and strong vegan body. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Dispelling any myths you may have heard about vegans.
Yeah.
This man.
No, seriously, vegan body?
Yeah, it says vegan. At least in the description, I seen it says vegan.
I will
body.
be investigating that. I need to know what that means.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. I should have looked more into that, but yeah.
It's not like you eat your figures.
6 hands. His
maybe
frost.
you don't. Maybe you don't eat your figures.
Yeah, wait, you don't eat your figures?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
You gotta test them before. You gotta taste
They're
them.
delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, but some
From
people
what I
smell.
hear.
Some people do a taste test.
If I had one of they had
Just
a Ghostbusters marshmallow guy, I probably would take a bite out of it.
Just
Oh,
lick
yeah.
them.
I don't know about this.
That's
guy.
coming up.
Just lick them.
Just lick them. Yeah. So this one was kind of interesting because there's a 12 scale figure that is also up for pre-order that I talked about. Let's see, I covered in episode 15 of the Figure Lowdown. That was by the Titan Toys Frost Knight, and so if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. It's episode 15 of the Figure Lowdown. I think I have that link in the description as well. But yeah, it's really similar to this one in appearance and look, and that one looked pretty cool as well. But yeah, kind of going through this, again, we saw here in this initial photo. Let me go back. Right here in the beginning, let me switch up the view so you can see it. But here's showing where the die cast metal parts are, right here, of the armor. So that kind of gives you an idea of what parts are die cast. So not the whole thing is die cast, just these parts right here.
So this is just kind of something of their own creation, right? This is not inspired by, because it looks like Sauron as a Night King.
Yeah, right. And it's weird because in the description it says Frozen Demon King, but here in this photo it has the Scourge Lord.
Yeah.
So but I want to say, I thought I could be mistaken, but I thought this was based off of maybe I'm confusing again. There's just so many figures. I thought this was based off like a League of Legends or a World of Warcraft type of expansion. I could be wrong.
It has that aesthetic to the League of Legends. I got a couple of 12-inch, 6-inch figures of League of Legends, and it has a similar design. But this thing is baller, Jack. Look at the detail.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, look at those intricacies there.
Like you talk about mixing, worlds. You want to put him up against like armored Batman or something.
Oh, I got
insane,
so many things you could do with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
look at that
is
sword alone. Look at this.
awesome.
Yeah, this is cool.
Oh, I dig this a hell of a lot.
But yeah, and then he has this what do they call it? This stone to put his sword in and kind of just stand there like a
Yeah, like a badass.
yeah, like a badass.
like what he is.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a King Arthur kind of thing, or it's in
we
the
use so much. You could put him right there with your Lord of the Rings. I mean, just
Yeah.
this is awesome.
I like that. There's actually a face there. It looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
zoom.
because you can't see a nose and
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah, see, and then the lighted eyes. That never failed.
Never fails.
I
My first
love
thought
it.
when I saw this was pairing him with the White Walkers. I have a couple of 3-0 White Walkers.
Yeah. It'd
Love it.
be awesome.
This is so cool.
Yeah, it fits.
Yeah, this would be cool. Yeah, so I thought, it's a big piece and really cool for those who are into League of Legends or World of Warcraft, a good addition to your collection. But
When does
anybody
it
else have
due
any
out?
thoughts on this? What's that?
When does it due out?
Q1 of next year, 2025.
Man,
Sure, don't check. Yeah.
it still goes over my budget, but I will be looking for him in the future. If the prices go down.
It's great with a White Walker. You're right, man, because you can imagine that it's something that like was from a different generation of when winter came. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
didn't see it on the show because it was from a
Yeah.
different era.
Yeah. Dragons.
Dragons, yeah. Ice dragons.
Ice.
Yeah. Definitely cool. Let me see here what the
oh man.
What the chat's here saying. Evangelium in the house. Thank you for coming through. Saying good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you as well. Thank you for coming through. And of course, we got Gigi in the house.
Hey,
Gigi.
Hi. Yeah, what is up, Gigi? Thank you for coming through. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, you're not working too hard during your end and you're getting some time to relax in there. But thank you for stopping by. And if this is your outlet, appreciate you spending your free time here. Let's see here. Blue Tattoos, they had that guy in 12 scale a while back. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Thanks for confirming. Yeah, I thought it was because I thought it was. I don't know if it's the same exact one, but I do recall this whole similar look and appearance. So I think.
Oh, so he's been produced in 12 scale already.
Yeah, I think he's still up for pre-order. I don't think he's come out yet, but it's the one by Titan Toys.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So, getting the limited bandwidth thing.
And he's 14 inches. But then, does he have a base?
No, just that one version.
So he's 14 without a base?
Yes.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much some TB, like my Osiris is good 14, easy.
Oh, nice. Okay. A good 14.
Without base.
You guys here in the on the panel on the chat, let me know if anything happens with the audio or the video cuts out because I got this whole
What'd you say?
bandwidth thing. Let me know if anything comes up with the audio.
Kidding. I was just kidding.
I was gonna say. I was like, oh man, already starting. You got me. All right, here going on to the next one. We're gonna keep it going. We got here the Premier Toys Fury Goddess, inspired by the woman herself, Furiosa.
Yeah.
And this one came up earlier this week. Yeah, I know it's not looking as good.
Feeling this at all.
But this is somewhere around 132 to 174 USD, depending on where you get it from. Again, it's just kind of where you shop. Set to come out the end of this year, as of now, is what they have it for. And it seems like it's going to have basic articulation. It's about 28 points is what they're saying. And she's standing just under 12 inches. So she's at 11.4 or around 29 centimeters. And pretty basic. She's going to come with 3 interchangeable hands, 3 leather belts, though. So leather here on her. 4 different guns, like rifles and pistols. And like, I forget what they call it, like a knuckle, like a knife blade or a knuckle blade or something like that. That acts as both like as a pistol and a blade type of thing. Right. She will have seamless arm or seamless arm. No, her other arm is seamless too. But yeah, obviously based on the latest Furiosa Mad Max Saga movie, or inspired by. This is one that looks cool. I liked her. I really liked her character. She was a badass in the movie. The movie itself I didn't like, but her character, yeah, was really cool. And so again, another one where I kind of did some research on here on Premier Toys, and it turns out they did some other. I don't have any Premier Toy figures, but it turns out they did some other Mad Max figures or figures inspired by Mad Max. So they did Immortan Joe, actually, Warlord is what they called him, the Warlord, and that came out about 2 years ago, 2022. And then they also did the characters from Mad Max 2, Wex, I think his name is, and the big guy, I don't know, was it Humongous or something like that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I haven't seen Mad Max 2. I was trying to recall from memory here.
That's been too long.
That was, yeah, they did those figures, and they actually did a blanking on his name, Tom Hardy, Mad Max from. Oh no, sorry, that was Present Toys. Present Toys ended up doing a Mad Max from Fury Road. I think they called him the Wasteland Ranger, and then oddly enough, VTS Toys, another third-party company, did a Wasteland Ranger themselves, but that was the Furiosa from Fury Road. So, and that was in 2018. So there is an older Furiosa based from Fury Road, but that was like 5 years ago. So the figure wasn't that great. And now we're getting here this younger version that's based or inspired by Anya Taylor-Joy's appearance, which I think they missed the mark personally, I think. But aside from that, again, kind of throwing that out, if you know, just look at it as a figure in a general sense, it does look really cool. But what do you guys think on this one here?
I didn't see the movie. I liked Fury Road a lot.
Yeah.
This one kind of got by me, I think, because the early reviews were pretty bad on it, and I've been really busy just with family and stuff like that. So to carve the time to go to the theater for a movie that's people whose reviews I trust aren't into it, I just never made it out to see it.
Gotcha.
But the question about the figure, I don't know. You know, I haven't seen the Charlize Theron version, but I will say the sculpt doesn't look like it's there for me for Anya Taylor-Joy personally.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah. Oh, here's that one gun blade knuckle thing I was talking about. She has here. Yeah, that's interesting. I do like this, like the look. You know, again, if you disregard how it's supposed to look like Anya Taylor-Joy, just this whole look and just robotic arm that she has is just awesome as a character in general.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I agree.
Yeah, right. It's just like the wires that are coming out of.
Yeah.
And all the that just looks cool.
It does look great. I like the texture on that pants. On the pants, they look like thick. They look like that kind of like a wax denim kind of look to them, which I think is a great like texture on a figure, because it shows like when they had that kind of surface application, it looks like real wear. You know what I mean? Like creasing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, you know, where the jeans crease after, so many times on a certain part, it starts to. Yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and again, these 3 belts here on her waist are leather, apparently, from the description there.
Leather's always good.
Yep, leather's good.
I've never seen this movie, but I like the Fury Road movie.
Yeah, same.
But like speaking as just the figure, solely on this, I would say with the hood on, she looks pretty good. You know, and I definitely like the left arm action. I like all that stuff going on over there, and the fact that they're using real leather, always a plus. But I think it's a cool figure because like that.
Yeah.
Like that works.
I agree. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, I agree as well. Like, kind of, again, just as a figure in general, if you just want a figure that's just like kind of with this type of aesthetic, this kind of post-apocalyptic aesthetic from that world, but not necessarily,
exactly,
anyone particular. Yeah.
Exactly.
This is definitely cool. Yeah. That is cool.
Yep. I do like the black makeup on the forehead. Like, they did a good job with that, though. That does look pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, some people are not going to like the joints here, but I mean, if you want to have swappable hands, right? You can't really, it's hard to avoid that.
Maybe a glove or something.
Yeah, that's true. Or some sort of bracelet or wrap around there.
Just to cover that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with She-Hulk. Same thing, just something to cover that.
Oh, yeah.
A wristband or something.
That's right. Yeah. And then also, if you want to do a body swap, I don't know how hard it's going to be to remove the clothing from here, how tight it is on this body, but there's always that too. Or obviously get a custom head. There's always that too if someone's willing to do that. I wonder if someone does a custom head of this character, they do like a flocked hair version.
Yeah. But dude, the handkerchief right there, like,
yeah.
I mean, you hate to say like it looks better half covered up, but in some cases, it kind of does, I think.
Handkerchief and the hood. There you go.
Yeah, throw the goggles, handkerchief, and hood. I mean, who can complain about a head sculpt now?
A badass.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there
and
you go.
And it just looks like a badass.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Aunt Jemima in the house saying here, this photo looks amazing. Yeah, this movie was trash. So yeah.
Was it really that bad?
Well, I didn't like it. I personally wouldn't say it was like horrible, but I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not one I would buy or I would go see again personally. But it wasn't.
I didn't see it, but all the reviews, at least around my area, weren't very favorable.
Yeah, but some people I've been reading that who actually loved it. I think it's more have some buddies, not to get too deep into the movie itself, but they were saying like just like the lore, and I can see that. But there is just, it's not. I posted this on Facebook. Don't go in expecting another Fury Road type movie. It's kind of its own obviously it's Furiosa, but the whole like the pacing's different. It's just it's still within the same world, but it's not the same movie. So if you go in expecting that, you might enjoy it better than I did. So I just did, which wasn't for me. But yeah, anyone else have anything else they want to add on this before we go on?
Yeah, unfortunately, she won't make it into the Academy.
No.
Osiris and the ladies over here, they're not going to accept that.
Dino won't allow it.
No, but if we opened up an elementary or junior high for action heroes, I might enroll her. But the Academy, she doesn't make the grade.
Gotcha. You declare that as Dean of Action Figure Academy, Headmaster.
Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hey, watch that Headmaster, okay? Pause.
Yeah. Hey, you took it there. I wasn't going to say anything.
Pause.
Yeah, you.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh man. Heard good things. Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, it's like one of those divisive films. I'll say you're either gonna like it or not. I guess.
Be honest with you, I dig the figure. I'll be honest with you, I like it. It just doesn't work for me personally. But I could dig that with some, jimmied up GI Joes and stuff. Look killer.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of stuff with it. I don't have a problem with the figure. It's just that it just doesn't work for my collection.
Yeah.
The motorcycle that they're picturing her with, has that been released?
No, not that I'm aware of, and nor did it mention. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen anything that mentioned this bike. That would be cool though, right?
Well, what's the price on her again, Feezy?
Stand by here. It's like I had a range here. Where's she at? Here we go. So 132 to 174.
Well, ain't no bike included there.
Nope. Yeah. No bike.
Not at all.
No bike for you. Yeah. But yeah, so that was the Premier Toys Fury Goddess. Again, like I mentioned, Premier Toys has done some other figures inspired by the Mad Max saga. Morton Joe I mentioned. So if you're interested or curious, go check those out. There's reviews. I don't know if they're still available. They came out a few years ago, so you might have to look in secondary market type of thing for those figures. But yeah, in case you're curious, you can check those out.
Just quick. So this is PT0013. Is this their 13th figure? Is that what that's indicating? So.
Well, they've had more out. Okay. I've heard of them before.
Okay. Yeah. But they're relatively new then,
They've had several figures. I don't know how many, but I don't remember hearing any drops from them since like last year. But I do remember this name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. Yeah, I've heard them before, but I don't. Yeah, like I mentioned, I don't personally have any figures from them either. Yeah. But I presume that's what that means. TO is the 13, the PT 13.
Usually that's it. That's for inventory purposes as well.
Yeah. All right, here. Let me see. We're going back to the chat real quick. We got Tijuana Mike in the house, aka King Churro. What is up, gentlemen? Thanks for coming through, sir. Appreciate you watching. Let's see here. And then we've got everyone saying what's up. Oh, and I guess let me see. Oh, Miss Danny Lee, of course. Sweet Danny Lee in the house. What is up, guys? Thank you for coming through, Danny Lee. Appreciate you all tuning in and watching during this during the week. Hopefully you're all having a good week so far. All right, so going here to the next one, we have, so switching gears, this is going to be from action, adventure to horror. So for all you horror fans, I know there's a few collectors who are fans of horror. We got the Fishbone Toys Terrifier. And so this one, I know it's kind of weird, but I'm a fan of the movie. I know it was one of those ones kind of went more for like shock value. And because some of the kill scenes in these movies were pretty graphic and, and gory, but I mean it's kind of meant to be, right? That was the whole point. It was kind of supposed to be what's the term I'm looking for? It just kind of meant to be like kind of campy type of thing.
Really?
So that's why it worked.
What you call campy?
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. Yeah, that's why it worked. Yeah. So
because I'm not a gore guy, but the camp made this kind of fun.
Yeah. So you have seen these movies?
I love them, dude.
Yeah,
I can't wait for the third one.
Yeah. And that was one thing I noticed too. Speaking of the third one, right? It seems they're like jumping ahead of the game there, which I was surprised because I don't think a lot of. I'm trying to recall. I don't recall a third party or a licensed company or figure coming out prior to a movie release. It's usually after the fact, right? And let you guys correct me if I'm wrong here, but this one
too far after the fact usually.
Yeah, right. So this one it looks to have the kind of take on the second one, so Terrifier 2 in these photos here. But if we keep going, they add in an outfit from Terrifier 3, which would be this let me see, any day now. Here we go.
Yeah. And that chair, bro. That chair is from 3 as well.
Is it?
Comes with it. Yeah, he's sitting in the trailer.
Oh, in the poster, right? Is it in the poster too or no? Yeah, okay, that's right. So yeah, let me go back here. Sorry, I totally skipped the info here. So mentioned Fishbone, Terrifier Joker, I think is what they labeled him as. He's about 190 USD, set to come out the end of this year. And do you remember when the movie comes out, Tio?
No, I was just about to look that up, man. I'm gonna look it up.
Gotcha. Okay. While you're doing that,
wait. He can.
So this guy here comes with 4 hands. The garbage bag, as you've seen in some photos, an axe, kitchen knife. Let's see here, the chair. He has a needle or like a needle cylinder, actually a syringe. That's what it's called. Just call it a needle cylinder here in the
needle cylinder.
Yeah,
I want to call it that. I want to call it that.
Needle cylinder.
Mark your calendars for October 11th. Just in time for Halloween.
There you go.
Time.
Yes.
No thanks.
No thanks. Yeah. He's like, I will not. Thank you very much.
I was shocked at how much these movies struck me, man. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was. Oh, you got the foot in the Santa bag here. Yeah, the second one I personally really enjoyed more than the first. The first I don't think it didn't really hook me as much. There's just that one famous scene. I won't give it away, but there's like a famous scene that it's known for. But the second one overall, it just seemed like a more fun movie, I should say, if you want to call it that.
It was the lore builder. So like the first one was just kind of throwing you into it, and then the second one says, hey, we're going to open the window here a little bit. There's a bigger world that you might not have given us credit for having behind this first movie, but it was there all along. I think that really cool.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, so this one here, you can see all the accessories. Let me zoom in here, zoom in, enhance. It comes with quite a bit. Obviously, all his murder weapons of choice, in his fun bag here. I think on the bottom middle here, this is a head. It's supposed to be a head, I believe. Double check, but yeah, he's all bloodied up here, of course, and again the Santa suit. So I think it's really cool that they included this Santa suit ahead of again the third one. I mentioned, let's see here. So you said the movie Terrifier 3 comes out this October, and again this is set to come out Q4 of this year. So hopefully it's around the same time as the movie. That'd be cool, but at least if not close to it. So yeah, again, I just think it's cool that they got ahead of it, and they're including this Santa outfit to go with it.
Yeah, the Santa outfit is good. You can pose them next to your Santa mantis, your Christmas mantis.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you dare. How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you?
That's my girlfriend, man.
Yeah, that's your girl.
I love Mantis.
That's Bae.
That's Bae.
I was actually thinking, speaking of the Christmas display, this would kind of be a good one to kind of go with both the whole like Nightmare Before Christmas type thing where you have Halloween and Christmas. I wonder if that's what they're going for when I first saw it.
That would be cool.
Absolutely.
Mixing them both there. Anybody else got any thoughts on this one? I know horror's not really big to a lot of collectors, but
my spider senses were tingling when I first met you, Feezy. I said, he's got this father knows best, 8 is enough, apparently toys, smile. Yeah, he looks like the average everyday father. Something else is going on underneath this guy. Then I find out he's a horror fanatic. I knew it.
I knew it.
Oh God! Hey, look at this sculpt, though,
this
man.
Is creepy as all get out, and you can't drug me and take me to this flick.
Yeah,
it looks great for what it is, but I'm super
not you.
On this one.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah. No,
it
this
actually
is
looks like that is a stretch fabric over his head, rather than a molded plastic. I don't know what it is, but it looks great.
Yeah, they did a good job with that. I think that's fabric.
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like I agree, like some sort of latex type of thing, or imitation latex to kind of go over his head. Yeah, the head sculpt looks good though. It looks just like him.
I can't even imagine what this movie's like.
You better buckle up.
Yeah. Yeah. It the head sculpt, well, Fishbone in general. So I was gonna say, I've seen, I think, one or two reviews on some of their previous figures, and of course, not as great. I've seen a review where prior to this, it looked like they were doing mostly Matrix figures, were their recent figures. They also did a V for Vendetta, I believe it was.
Oh yeah, they did that one.
Fishbone, yeah, I believe that was Fishbone.
Does anybody have that figure? Because I've been thinking about getting it. Okay, I just wanted to get the somebody's take on it, if they liked it or not, because I've been pondering that V for Vendetta.
Not sure. I do know, but I saw a review on the Neo from the Matrix, the not Neo, and they were saying that the body wasn't great on that. So,
okay, all right.
But
cheap
it's
bodies.
Yeah, but I mean, with the figure like this, like I don't. Other than trying to get it to stand, I can always use a figure stand if need be. But I'm still on the fence on this one. But it does look look really good.
You're on the fence?
Yeah, I'm on the fence. On this one
if you're on the fence, because you're a horror like aficionado.
Yeah, because I don't have an Art the Clown in my collection, and I'm really tempted just because the Santa outfit has kind of dual purposes there. But
yeah,
and I don't need the body.
That Santa outfit, you can create a Krampus.
Oh yeah, it has to. Yeah, put them next to
like a self-build,
make
your own, or Krampus, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have a horror collection either, but I do have that iconic Patrick Bateman, and having him with the axe, going like that.
Have them both going to blows with each other.
Yeah, man.
Packing each other to pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look how kind of demented this look is. Yeah. It just looks cool.
He looks sick.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, this movie. I remember this chain whip mace thing was from the second movie.
Yeah, and the performance from I'm blanking on this performer's name, but they really captured like the nuances in his hands and stuff. He's a very specific movement actor, and and so they like, at least with the body, what I'm seeing in these pictures, they did a good job making it look like he does in the film.
Yeah.
Best supporting actor for butchering on a screen is hands from the clown.
No, yeah, it looks good. I'm really tempted by this one.
I loved how he goes. Yeah, his performance with his bloody hands was just fantastic.
Yes. I'm turning this into high art. Okay?
Yeah. He's classing it up, Michael. Yeah,
ginning it up. Go see it, man.
Hey, how about this though? It is all practical effects, and that's what a lot of people really appreciate.
Now you're getting me on that
nice.
one.
Nice.
Boy.
That's the second film was all crowdfunded. So it was fans of the first
Really?
film crowdfunded it, and then he put those fans. So everybody who crowdfunded it, there's a scene, I won't ruin anything, but like there's a scene that takes place in a gymnasium, and those are all the people that funded the film are in. So it's pretty cool, man. Like, I think that's what built the lore of this movie in the real world was the director.
See, that's total interactive.
Because the director is also the guy who does all the special effects. Like this is a labor of love from basically one guy who put a team together to make this low budget first film that just exploded and shocked the world of horror basically with how big it became. And then he crowdfunded the second one. Then the third one, every huge studio was begging to finance or distribute this film, and he turned them all down. He turned down millions of dollars because they were saying, we want to give you all the money in the world to make this movie, but you can't do this and you can't do that. And he didn't compromise his vision, and he self-funded the third film. So, that's part of the appeal of this film series to me. Besides the fact that I do enjoy the film, I hate to admit it, I do love it. It's fantastic. But I love the story behind it as well.
That's
the
awesome.
Success, the rags to riches success story, basically.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's awesome. I wasn't aware of that. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool. That's even more here. I know he was, really involved. The director Damien Leone, right? his name? Yeah. He's really he connects, with his fans and the people. Yeah, and this just became a big pop culture phenomenon, hit, and it's really cool. Yeah, so thanks for sharing that. That's good to know. It's good to hear. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the third one. All right, so going on here to the next one, real quick, we got another one joining us here in the chat. It's SpongeBob SquareBall. Speaking of classing things up, what's up? Thank you for coming through, Classic Thomas. Glad you can join us here. We're just finishing up Art the Clown here from Terrifier. Okay, so let's see, where am I here? All right, so the next one. This one's a lot of controversy behind it. I was pretty stoked when I saw this. Switching gears to some licensed stuff here, we have the Hono Wolverine. Yeah.
Here comes the controversy.
I gotta hear this. All right, let's go.
Oh boy.
So this is Hono Wolverine, the brown suit. So this was This went up today, and it's already, just so you guys know, it was already waitlisted. So I'm not sure if the waitlist was full or not, but go check that out. Maybe you can jump on the waitlist if you're still looking for this one. It came out to be $160, which I was really surprised by. So 160 USD, which is awesome. And I'll get you guys' thoughts on that here in a second. Set to come out, I think it said August of this year to the beginning of next year, sometime around there, and limited to 1,500. And so yeah, I'll get your guys' takes here on that, but I just kind of wanted to go over some things real quick here on what this one came with. Obviously, this is a variant of the Wolverine suit from the popular. There's a tiger stripe, red and blue, so they made this one the yellow and brown here, and he comes with almost the same items. The only difference that I can see, obviously, is the red Muramasa blade. I'm not sure the history in this. I didn't have a chance to read up on this. But I know at one point he went to Japan, and he got in some run-ins with like the Silver Samurai and things like that. He has this whole story on that end, but I haven't read that part of the comics, so I'm not sure. You could get correct in the chat.
It's the only blade
that
that can kill him. It's the only blade that can kill him.
That can kill Wolverine?
Yeah, and he gives it over to Cyclops because he trusts him to use it should the world ever need him to do so.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Is it any significance behind why it's red?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Okay.
But
no,
I'm sure there's some lore there.
Yeah. And so he comes with that blade and an additional face sculpt here, which would be this lower left one here, this kind of yelling. I don't like
that one.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm to tell you the truth.
That's the one I do not like.
It is.
Yeah,
really,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling that one too. All the other ones appear to be the same. Look at that. Yeah, that looks kind of creepy there.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
But yeah, so those two items there are the difference. And but again, so it comes with the sword and that extra lower face sculpt or a face plate, and it's the same price, if not a little bit cheaper. I think what Sideshow ended up raising the original Hono Wolverine to 165, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is. When it initially came out, wasn't it 160?
Yeah, it was part of the $5 increase that they did across the board.
Okay, remember? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thanks for that.
They lowered it again though. They took the $5 away.
Oh, did they?
Keep it at 165.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They did, right? I thought they did. I couldn't remember for sure.
No, they put it back down to 160 because everybody was complaining.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even notice it. Yeah, I just pre-ordered it when that came out, and I didn't even look back, so I wasn't following that. But yeah, either way, this was 160 also, and so I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open it up to anyone else who wants to give their thoughts on this one here.
I'll go first so I can get all the bad news out of the way.
Yep.
It just looks, the blue and yellow looks so much better. I don't know. This looks so much cheaper to me. Even the brown. There's another picture. Could you go back to that one picture where he's showing that one? It's even closer up where the elbow is.
Oh, here.
Not this. Keep going.
Keep on going.
Even this one. Here you go. I don't know. There's something about the texture on the brown. It looks very. Just doesn't look like cloth or. I don't like the texture. I don't know if they could have done anything about the cut between the shoulder and the seam on the shoulders. I don't know if they could have done anything. I don't know, man. This one just looks cheaper to me. I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
Okay, no, that's fair. Yeah, I was gonna say I think this. I
Well,
haven't got my.
I'm
blue and
sorry.
yellow
Let me put it this way.
Yep.
Not that like if it was cheaper, it would be even more appetizing. I mean, it's not a horrible figure. I don't mean that. What I mean, what I'm trying to say is if you compare it with the first release of the blue and yellow, there seems to be a big discrepancy between the two. I don't know why, but it just seems like the other release was much stronger. Yeah, to me.
Okay, gotcha.
And that particular that sculpt that you talk about, the mouth open, I don't even know why they even included that.
Yeah.
Can I show you real quick why I think they might have included it?
Yep.
So X-Men #1. When I first saw that open mouth like that, I was like, "Oh, that kind of looks like the old Jim."
Yeah, that looks good there. That looks good.
Yes.
No problem.
Execution.
That does not look good.
With you guys. Execution is not good.
Yeah, it reminds me of the
How about taking that out and knocking $10 off?
Yeah.
Hey, that looks like it belongs on that other figure we were just looking at. The
Terrifier. Art the Clown. Yeah.
I totally agree with you guys. But what's cool though is you can think of this as a free mouth plate, right? Because the yellow and blue only came with 3.
Well, look at
this one comes with 4.
Close up again, Feezy. Close up.
But it does look ridiculous.
Look at where the brown meets his skin. That paint, it just doesn't look cool. It doesn't look fabricy. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't look like fabric on his arms. Like, is it fabric or what is it?
It looks like he just painted his skin brown.
Yeah,
it looks like it's molded.
I don't like it.
I think it's the same material here. That's it looks like it's some sort of additional flap that's over his arm because you can see here it's somewhat raised. It doesn't look like it's painted. So I don't know.
It does look better on that arm. Yeah.
But even if I don't know. Well, that's a little better.
So, but Mike, let me ask you though: your Wolverine in your head iconic is blue and yellow? Because for me, it's brown. It's the brown suit. So
blue and yellow is probably my number one. I don't like the brown and yellow, but no, I would have to say the blue and yellow really speaks more to me than this one. The brown.
By the way, you can see it folded over right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is separate.
Yeah, but
and you can see a gap between it, like right there at the edge.
That
you
looks
can see
weird, man.
A gap between.
Now, how is that going to hold up as you're posing this thing? Is that flap ever going to get to a point where it just kind of rests up over the arm like that? Now you got it resting up over one arm and tucked into the other.
And you'd want it to be really soft up against that silicone like that.
Yeah. But what's going to happen over time? Is it going to just will it stay raised up? Or
guarantee it's not leather.
Yeah, right. That would have been sick.
And that's the only point I'm making, guys. I'm just looking at all of the potential things that could happen other than that blue suit. I mean, blue and yellow.
It looks great. Hey, but these shoulders have been an issue for both figures because on the blue and yellow one, you could see that gap on the inside of the blue cuff there, where it looks like he's wearing, just like it looks like he's got cut off sleeves or whatever, which is not accurate. So they've had a little bit of a struggle with the shoulders on both figures.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm done. Go ahead, guys. You can go ahead.
So I want to say that, like, the figure itself is fine. I mean, I didn't try to get this one because I'm getting the blue and yellow. But my issue is the exclusive part of this. Like, the Hono is supposed to be the affordable entry-level Hot Toys, right? So why are they now doing this stuff that they do with the other more expensive figures where, it's an exclusive, you got to get in the queue, blah, 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 blah. You're trying to get people to get into your ecosystem. And now you're pulling that same stuff from that I can't stand in the higher tier figures, as far as their cost is concerned, down here to this guy.
Yep, 100%.
Like, I don't like that part. Like, the figure, fine. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having him in my collection, but when I heard that he was exclusive, I didn't even bother. Because I'm like, nope, no thank you. I don't like it in the other version, you know, the more expensive figures. I'm not going for it now for $160. Come on.
Gotcha. Yeah. And anyone else want to touch on that before I give my thoughts?
No, I mean, I agree with that. And one thing I'll say about price is don't be surprised within a year Hono's around 200. I mean, it's going to start creeping
You know
up
it's going to
and
happen.
up and
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And it's like, I think it'll get to the point, it may already for some people. Why does it even exist? Like, I think they should have capped it at $100 here. You got your $300 high end, you got your $100
Okay,
entry.
it's worth it now. That brown is worth it now.
There you go. Right.
Mhm.
But once you start hitting 200, and let's face it, man, $160, that feels like entry level to people who already collect Hot Toys.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you tell like a normal collector who's collecting, 6-inch figures or whatever they may be, hey, this is entry level at 160. That's a very expensive figure to people who aren't already in this market. You know, but I don't know. But again, that's what entry. I could hear in my head. That's what entry means, dummy. It's the first one you're going to get into. But again, man, 160, which, like I said, soon to be 170, 175. What's the Magneto? Isn't it like 180 or something, or 175 or something? What do you think that Thor is going to be? I don't know. I just see these getting closer and closer.
It's going to happen, T.O. The reason why it's going to happen is because the 6-scale community has no discipline. They're going to go out, they're going to buy this garbage.
Guilty.
They're going to buy it.
Guilty.
Well, then you're the problem. If you keep
I am
giving
part of the
them
problem.
your money, they're going to keep doing this to you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to close that wallet.
You vote with your wallet, man. Yeah.
That's the only thing they understand.
That's
only
the
thing they
only thing
understand.
that's going to change anything here.
Yeah.
You guys are right.
Yep. And real quick before I give my thoughts, go back to the chat real quick. We got Calvin, Low Key Collector in the house. My dudes, what is up, fellas? He's saying, what is up, Calvin? Thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Evangelium in the house saying, I think that the Mirror Masa Blade can cut through it. Yeah, so that's what Mike was, or Tio, I should say, was explaining. So yeah, thanks for confirming that, Evangelium. Let's see here. So Tijuana Mike saying I was in the queue, but it said your item is in another cart. I don't know if that's how Sideshow sounds, but yeah. I did over and over till it sold out. Yeah, I know some people have had it before with previous issues, man. Sorry that happened to you. Hopefully you can get them in the future if you didn't, if you need help, let me know and I'll try to keep an eye out for you if you're still looking for him. We got 6-scale Mafia in the house. It's like, what's up, guys? Yeah, that's a face only a mother could love. I think he's talking about the Art the Clown face here. Yeah. Yeah, this Terrifier face.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah. Evangelium also agrees with you guys. Says, I was confused on why they limited a Hono figure. I was saying at least the price is the same. I think they just want to get the entry collector early with the exclusives. Yeah.
Training them early.
Yeah, get them. Yeah, so my take on the whole, like, let me get out of this pictures here so we don't look at that. For me, I wasn't upset about the whole exclusive thing, and I think it's because I'm used to it. I guess you can kind of say, like, you guys know I collect other scales too, so I've seen it in other from other companies on other lines across other scales, right? I see it from obviously, exactly, yeah. I mentioned that on when you guys were talking about this on Collector's Figure, and I didn't really have, obviously I didn't want to fill up the chat, kill the chat, but I mentioned that Hasbro and McFarlane does it, right? They have their
all the time.
They have limited, they have exclusives also. Granted, yes, that's 12 scale, but the point being that the lower scales do that, the higher scales do that. You guys mentioned Hot Toys does it, right? And so a lot of companies do this whole like limited. They have limited figures, right? And it's not even with figures. We had this discussion. Being you were there with the cash grab versus variant, similar conversation. Comic books, they do limited runs. I think I don't collect sneakers. I'm not a sneakerhead, but I think those have limited. So it's all sorts of collectibles, right? They have limited versions of something.
Yeah, so I don't like it anywhere.
Yeah, no, I get that point. That part I do understand, right? I can see it as a general, like anything limited. If somebody wants something and it's limited, it makes it that much harder to get it. And so for those who just want it, yeah, I definitely agree. If I had a choice, I would want it to be limited either. I would want everyone who wants something to be able to get it. right? But unfortunately, that's not the business practice that all companies follow.
Would you guys think though that with having limited being a thing, that it allows them to put out figures that they otherwise would never produce on a mass scale? So it's like that figure exists only because they did it in a limited run. So at least it exists.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you're going to sell out of the limited run, that means you can produce more.
Well,
yeah, they can take risks more. I would say.
Exactly.
Well, you're taking a risk if you make it exclusive and then move on to other IPs that you're risking because other people haven't tried it. You better hope the IPs that you pick are the best ones.
That's true. So okay, well let me ask you for this one specifically. Like, wouldn't you say they did the suit colors correct? Right. So it's like you make the mass-produced one, the blue and yellow that everyone loves. And then this one is the more niche look for Wolverine, so you make him the limited one.
Yeah.
But Mike, I hear what you're saying.
Well, if I had a toy company, what I would do, I wouldn't exclude exclusives, but they would be at the high tier. Folks who are spending major bucks, like on vehicles, like if I was producing vehicles and six scale figures, folks who are producing vehicles, I'd do exclusives with them because I know they got bread.
Yeah.
But when you get down to your, you know what I'm saying? When you get down to your lower tiers and people's incomes aren't like that, leave exclusives out of it. Let everybody get what they can get. You can keep those premier tiers with your exclusivity, but you have to let the free-flowing public get a bite of the apple.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
How much more would they have sold if it wasn't exclusive?
Exactly. And that's that point mixed with T.O. was saying earlier is what another thing that why I think I personally don't mind it is because, again, on that how you figure, was it the cash grab versus variant video I did, we mentioned there's variants, right? And to T.O.'s point, usually the limited figures are the ones that aren't as popular, right? And it's because it's always a risk when companies make when they make those in mass, those niche characters or those versions that aren't as popular, right? So, I hear people saying like, well, this shouldn't be exclusive, it shouldn't be limited, it's entry grade, for those who want to get it. But I don't know if people are forgetting that there's still the blue and yellow version, right? That's still entry grade. There's still, the black suit Spider-Man, that's still entry grade. There's still the Magneto, that's still entry grade. So there's still other options. This one here is just for those particular hardcore, I would say, X-Men fans or comic heads, or just those fans of this suit that are that want this, right? And Hono's probably thinking, and just other companies in general, when they make a classic or a variant of a lesser popular costume or character, they have to consider, okay, well, this is not as popular, so we're not going to make as many. The question is, like Michael, like you were mentioning, is how much do you make, right? That's always a gamble that you guys touched on. It's like, you make too much, is it going to sell? Are they going to sell all the ones they make, right? They can't have stock of just both versions and sitting in a warehouse, like Beam was saying, right? How many more would they have sold if they made more?
So isn't the solution the timed exclusive, right? I mean, isn't that the solution to this problem?
That could be. Yeah, it's a good alternative. Yeah.
Maybe since this is the less popular version of him, like the more niche one, make him the Hot Toys one, where you just kind of go all out, put him up in a different tier, and give him the Hot Toys treatment, give him the better fabric or whatever, and put him at like 280. It gets him away from the lower Hono. It keeps them at their bargain Hot Toys, so-called bargain at 160 price range, and this guy, he's niche, he's limited, and he's like 280.
So you can take him out of Hono and
take him out of Hono and put him in Hot Toys.
This is smoke and mirrors, and I hear what you're saying, Ty, because right here they can blur the lines, and before you know it, you've spilled over into Hot Toys territory. Like T.O. was saying, slowly jack that price up.
That's what they're gonna do,
and you're not gonna know the line. And before you know it, boom, you're paying Hot Toy.
There won't be a difference between Hono and Hot Toys after a while.
There won't be any difference. Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. And to Mafia's point here, another thing I was gonna bring up here says depends on the IP. To be honest, Iron Man Mark III is exclusive, but not a queue, and sold out in less than 24 hours. So, yeah, the other difference there is that that Iron Man, right? They made 3,000 of those, and that was limited, right? Whereas this was 1,500. So you kind of wonder, like, okay, did they? I'm sure they had to do a numbers game and see, okay, do we think we can sell 3,000 units? Make more of the Iron Man and sell that many, and compared to this Hono Wolverine, this brown suit, right? So, I'm pretty sure if they wanted to, they probably could have made 3,000, but maybe they just, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Maybe they had some other things they were considering, or maybe they didn't think they could sell as many. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll never know, right? It's just kind of, one of the mysteries of the ancient world. But
to what you guys were saying, though, like, do they really think they couldn't sell 3,000 of these at 160? I'm sure they could have.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
3,000 is not a big number.
It's not a big number, man.
It
really, it seems like it, because the community seems like a small bubble.
I feel like we all know each other, but there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
3,000, and worldwide, 3,000 is nothing.
It would fly. 160,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Another to consider is just to that point, that whole entry grade pricing, right? I personally had pre-ordered 2 of the blue and yellow suits because they were that low in cost. They were inexpensive, so I figured I can do a battle damage version of one, right? Custom or modify one of them. Obviously, not knowing that this was going to come out. So now that this is coming out, I made a decision to go. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to go and cancel one of my blue ones, right? Because I don't need now 3. So, and I'm not the only one who's done that. I've heard other people say, "Oh yeah, I got 2 of the Hono Wolverines, the blue and yellow suit," and so I can't imagine how many people did the same thing, right? And so that's just money that they're pocketing right there. And so, I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of factors here to consider on this, but yeah, like I was saying, I agree with you guys. If I had a preference, don't make it limited. A timed edition would have been good. I don't know why more companies don't do that besides Mondo, and even then Mondo hasn't done that in a minute that I recall. Most of them have been limited quantities, so I don't know. There's something there. I'm not sure what the financials are on their end on making a specific number versus a timed edition and making however many they get pre-orders for. I don't know, maybe
it could be factory scheduling. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, what happens, right, if those people end up backing out at the end, right, and they have all these figures that people don't buy. I don't know. That could be a factor too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, there's just a lot of things I'm not familiar with that side of it, but it just seems like there's a lot of things to consider there. But
and if you missed out, silver lining, there's gonna be plenty of Wolverines coming up after this film drops. So
yeah, right.
There's not gonna be any. Yep.
That's definitely a good point. Yeah, that, and then like I mentioned before, when that Hugh Jackman Wolverine came out recently, we still have the game, the Insomniac game that's coming out. I'm sure they're going to do variations of that.
Oh my god!
No guarantees, but I'm guessing they might. That's a possibility as well. So a lot of Wolverines, which is good in my opinion, because I'm a big X-Men fan. I love X-Men. That was my first love when I was younger. So that's just So when I saw this, I jumped on it, of course, and I was able to score one. So knock on wood. I was like, man, that everything goes okay with that. But yeah. So yeah, again, sorry for those who weren't able to score one. Hopefully you're able to get one later on, or your waitlist converts if you're on the waitlist though. I would say get on the waitlist, because I've had a couple of times where my waitlist converted. So if you're interested, get on there. Keep your eyes peeled. And help each other out. As a community, we gotta help each other out and get those. So it's always pay it forward. Of course, always pay it forward. Anyone else getting any thoughts on this one?
Where's Thor?
Oh, that's that good point. Yeah, and I get the frustration of that one too, right? That's they're anticipating Thor, but I know, as collectors, I'm sure we're all used to that, right? We always want to see something right now, but it'll come out eventually, right? It'll get here. It's just taking them longer. And this one, obviously, it just seems like it's easy to do, right? Because they're just kind of reusing some parts here, painting the different color, and so it's just get that this extra one out here, and while you can, right? I was thinking of an analogy here on this one. I'm sure you can appreciate this one as being is that as far as why companies make certain ones close together, like either the variants or the alternatives. I was thinking, well, if you're like prepping, say you're prepping food for your kids or your customers, right? And they both want a sandwich, and then someone else wants something else, like I don't know, like a steak or something. I'm just gonna throw it out there. it wouldn't make sense to first make a sandwich, put everything away, make your steak, and then take everything back out to make another sandwich, right? You want to kind of do as much as you can with what you have at the time. Be efficient, basically, right? So I kind of see it in that sense, right? They have the molds. They're just making some variations to this and pushing this out while they can. And you kind of look at Iconic is a good example, right? For their Street Fighter, what are the first 3 figures they made? Right, it was Ryu, Ken, and Akuma. All similar bodies. I don't know if they're exactly the same, but they've pretty
been
similar.
Smash.
Yeah, yeah. They've been. You talking about the popularity of those figures?
Yeah,
yeah. Right. They're not doing. They didn't do Ryu. Then they come out with Kami or Chun-Li, and then go back to Ken and then Akuma. Right. They did those 3 first because I mean it makes sense to me, right? They're just being efficient, so it just makes sense that they had the Wolverine out that's already in production. Why not just put this out as well? So yeah, but yeah, thanks for you just reminded that point, Beam, on that one. So that was my thought on that one. Anything else? I know we kind of talked this one a lot.
Anytime.
All right. Mafia saying here, PS5 Wolverine game, we'll see 8. Yeah, I know, right? Just like the Spider-Man game, yeah. Philly in the house, Figurecraft. Good evening, fellas. And chat. What is up, Philly Z? Thanks for coming through, man. All right, so I think we talked enough about that one. I'm stoked for this one. So going on to staying within the X-Men realm. Speaking of like I said, I love me some X-Men. That's one of the reasons why I started collecting Marvel Legends, just because to get that accurate or that comic representation of those figures. But speaking of, we got here, just popped in today in my Twitter feed. This is the Mondo Classic Variant Cyclops SDCC. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
That's my Cyclops right there.
Right. Yeah,
that's my favorite outfit of all of them. Yeah.
Prove it. I want to see pictures.
I love it.
Prove it.
Yeah. So this is the classic variant from X-Men 97. Is what they labeled it as, and you'll see. I don't want to spoil it, but this suit does come up in there. Great show, by the way. Oh man,
great show.
Go back and watch
awesome
it.
show.
It was a shocker for me. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, and it was great.
Yeah,
they knocked it out the park.
They did.
Yes,
when they bring these things back, you're like, oh, they're gonna mess it up, but no.
Yeah, yep. Definitely homage to the fans there. Oh man, you can tell the Bo, right? That was his name, Bo. He was really passionate about the characters and doing them justice, doing right as a fan. So yeah, loved it. I agree. But this one's 240 USD, not up yet. It's set to go up for pre-order July 24th at the Mondo shop. And this is the one I haven't put a link up for yet, but I will after the stream. Set to release Q4 of this year. So let's see here. So we'll go through the photos here. This one's coming with a couple of optic blast effects, swappable visor, unmasked head sculpt, 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, and removable glasses here. Oh yeah, got them all up here. Yeah, this just looks great. This is one I don't have yet in Marvel Legends, and I'm waiting this one. They haven't.
I don't think they produced one yet, have they?
The only one they did was with the it was a 2-pack with the Dark Phoenix. It was a Toys R Us exclusive from like a long time ago, but they haven't made a new one, and that's what I'm waiting for because I'm not going to pay that price for the old school one. But yeah, this is the only one of the versions I don't have of Cyclops. It's classic, and I'm eagerly awaiting when Hasbro remakes this one. But yeah, look at this.
Because actually 97 really is more of a throwback. Even more of a throwback to the Silver Age Cyclops, and that's why I dig this particular design, because this really is closest to the total classic, or not just from the 90s, but all the way back to the 70s Silver Age. When I first got into X-Men.
Yeah, man, this looks great. I love the cell shading. They just did this. There's a couple of photos here where it looks like just like a comic panel. It looks like you're looking at a comic panel. Just the cell shading so good on this. The shadow,
because I didn't like the more heavily cladded Cyclops. Cyclops was always a guy that was not thin, but he was muscular, but he had a taller, svelte.
Yes.
And this, you know what I'm saying? And this particular figure that they're working on has that aesthetic. He's not.
But that looks animated right there.
Yeah, right.
That looks like a still.
Why I like it.
It looks 2D.
That's what I grew up with, because when I grew up, it was before animated X-Men even came out. So this is more toward the comic book of the original. That's why, I dig it.
I agree with you, man. And you know,
this looks so good.
Jim Lee in the '90s added that like yellow strap, kind of going like that, which I thought, what I liked is like it was still this suit, but just a little addition, so it didn't take it too far away. But I know what you mean. I like the clean look too.
Clean, yep,
and also like you're right, like he has that sort of like classic leader trope where he's tall and lean and muscular. He's not the short brute like Wolverine,
right?
And he's not like the classic like
jacked
oaf. Yeah,
right. He's not jacked like Wolverine, but he's getting close.
Yeah.
You know, but and they never treated him correctly in the movies.
No.
He's an awesome leader,
mm-hmm.
you know, but in the movies they made him a little weak.
Yeah. See, this is the picture that kills me here, because I have this brown suit Mondo. Again, you know, guys, it's so funny. You just reminded me. This was a limited release of this figure. The blue and yellow was the general release from Mondo. The brown and yellow was the limited for Mondo. So it seems like Hono took a page out of their book.
Right?
Yeah.
When I saw this photo, when I saw the brown suit Wolverine, I didn't know that. I thought this was a tease for what's to come. And you know, P-Rock, I was in a group chatting, and P-Rock corrected me. He's like, no, they came out this one. So yeah, I didn't realize that, T.O., that, and I saw that this came out, was it 3 years ago, I believe, 2021?
I think so, yeah.
As a Pride of the X-Men variant. And
I got
you're right.
Very lucky, dude. Mondo, I got very lucky, because they're tough when they do their limited stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of, I can't remember if I mentioned this, but unfortunately, speaking of limited, this Cyclops here is going to be limited to 650.
Damn.
Which is
now that's a small number.
Yeah.
That's a small number.
Yeah, SDCC exclusive, which is interesting because I went back and I looked at this exclusives from last year, and I'm not sure. Again, maybe they're kind of just gauging popularity or what. But so 2023 SDCC, they had the exclusives they have were the Magneto, and that was limited to 500. They had the Wolverine in his civilian clothes. That was, I think, that was 1,500. And then the Man-Bat from Batman the Animated Series, that was limited to 1,000. Yeah. So some different numbers there. This one, like I said, this is going to be 650. So yeah, I'm not sure how they judge how many to make on that. Again, I think it's just like early analytics, kind of based on some sort of loose representation of previous numbers. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's not consistent, right? It's just all over the place. And again, like I mentioned, they haven't done a timed exclusive in a while. So, and speaking of, taking risk on quantity and numbers, another point I was going to bring up relating back to, the Hono and how many to make, the Hono Brown Suit Wolverine, is that Mondo did the Noir Batman figures that were exclusive to BBTS, right? Because I covered those in a previous figure lowdown. They did Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Joker, and they did 1,000 of each. And last I looked, earlier today, those were still sitting. So, again, that's only 1,000, and those weren't really selling. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to gauge.
Yeah.
Estimate what's going to sell and what isn't, because otherwise it's just sitting there. And I'm sure over some time they'll probably sell them, but no store wants their stock to sit and have to pay for that storage for a while.
I got a feeling this is going to sell. Could be wrong.
For sure.
I could be wrong, but
I think it will.
I think there's a lot of people that picked up these figures over the years, that Jubilee, and there's a number of them. And how can you not want to complete what you've got going? So.
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak for that brown and yellow Wolverine, but the blue and yellows look great with this guy.
He will. Yeah. Blue and yellow look awesome. And the blue and yellow is still, like, you could still find that one around.
I have him.
Isn't it the Hono?
Yeah.
I meant the Mondo.
Oh, the Mondo. The Mondo.
Yeah, the Mondo. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah,
still
I have
around,
the Mondo, blue and yellow. Yeah, I got them from Amazon.
Yeah, you can still find them at a good price.
Oh, and by the way, fellas, just a reminder: 16th and 17th Prime Day on Amazon. Yeah. So if you got Amazon Prime, the 16th and 17th, there are going to be deals of a mini.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Take advantage of that free delivery, and sometimes they'll deliver to you the next friggin' day. Or if not,
Oh man,
I did the same day one time.
It's funny you mentioned. I just ordered some vintage collection Star Wars today on Amazon. I typically don't buy figures from Amazon, but you can find, like you said, Wolverine is on there.
Every once in a while, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can find some good deals. Just got to read the reviews. Make sure you're buying.
Yeah, well, because a lot of times they'll be the same price as eBay on things that aren't hard to find, but with free shipping. So it's like same price for free shipping. All right. Yeah, and eBay is a pain in the ass.
eBay's the worst.
Yeah.
You can't tell if it's con artists on eBay. It's just hard to. You look at it going, that doesn't look legit.
You got to do your research.
Yep, exactly. Read the reviews. Figurecraft here is saying, I really love how they brought back the old suits. Leaves room for the possibility of figures being made. Yes,
That's
sir.
what
Yeah,
I'm
I agree.
Yep.
So
and the
badass,
posability on this guy's got to be great, man. You know.
Yeah.
He's also adding
stuff encumbering him.
Yeah, he's also adding here. Figurecraft was like, would be worth the chase. I'll be there Thursday. Oh yeah, it's true, right? He's going to be in SDCC. That's right. Figurecraft, yeah, with some other folks in there in SoCal. Lucky.
Well, I can't. Feezy, I was going to try and make it out, but I was told that the tickets for SDCC are non-transferable.
I'm not sure. I haven't been there in a minute, man. It's been a while since I've been.
That would be weird if I paid for the ticket.
So it was in 2014.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That doesn't even make sense, because if I pay for the ticket, why would you care what body comes through the door? You got your money.
Yeah.
You know, like New York Comic Con tries to get real strict with that, but at the end of the day, it's a plastic card, man. And if you got that plastic card in your hand, it beeps the same as anybody else.
They're not going to pay that much attention.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. Mafia is here saying Cyclops was so badass in the comics. I agree. And in this X-Men 97, man, they did him. I think they did him justice here. I have this. He's saying I have this version on my arm.
Oh,
the movies did him dirty. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Awesome. That's hardcore. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if you guys. I think I mentioned this. I can't remember if I mentioned the stream or not, but Mafia and I have the same X-Men poster. This like huge, large X-Men poster that's like 3 feet long. Yeah, I have it on my wall as well. And like when I saw it, I was like, oh damn, that's cool. I have the same poster. Yeah, it's badass X-Men poster. And I think I have it up on my YouTube like banner or something like that. I have it somewhere. I can't remember. And I posted I think on one of my feeds. But yeah, man, love me some X-Men.
Yeah, Cyclops has always been. He's my favorite of them all.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have to say that's tough. I would probably have to go Gambit or Wolverine on this one. But go ahead.
I go back and forth. No. I was gonna say I've always had a soft spot for Gambit, man. I think like there's just something so cool about him. But Cyclops being the leader, and then Wolverine. I mean, look, that's the beauty of X-Men. Like they really
diverse.
You know,
different
personalities, and the thing is, like, we're not all one person all the time, so we can see ourselves in a little bit of ourselves in each one of these characters. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just so. This anime, I think it still holds up to the '90s animated series. You know, I went back and I saw it. I think it was like a year or two ago, and I think it still holds up, man. It's just so good.
Yeah, they used a lot of heavy blacks and like really like dense cell shading, and they kept that aesthetic through. You know?
Yeah, my favorite episode till this day is the Iceman episode, Enter the Iceman, and there's so much just the animation in that one episode, and plus the fact that alone I would have been sold on. But that same episode, you had the X-Men go up against X-Force. It was X-Force. Oh man, it was so badass. Yeah, it's a badass episode. But yeah, so the again, I mentioned as good as this looks, I don't have a lot of the Mondo X-Men figures. Yeah, they're like one of the ones kind of being the price, but I don't want to buy. I don't want to complete the line, so I only have certain ones. I bought. Let's see, the villains. I got Omega Red. I think is the one I'm thinking about getting Sabretooth, but I'm waiting till that price drops down, or if I can buy it somewhere on eBay or somewhere, secondary on a lower price. But yeah, other than that, I usually go to my Marvel Legends for my comic-based representations. And so with that, I think I'll be passing this one, not to mention the fact that this is limited to 650. So yeah. Okay. Anyone else got anything else to say on this one before we go on to the next one?
Yeah, it's a pass for me too.
Yeah,
I do have the Mondo Wolverine. I enjoy him, but yeah, like this, I've already stated how I feel about exclusives. So
yeah,
there we go.
Point taken.
You're exhibiting the same willpower that I've been trying to have with this line too. It's like I love Wolverine, and I'll stick with that because if I get one more character, then I'm just gonna fall off the cliff and have to there will be no end.
Yeah.
So if I keep it to Wolverine, I can, keep track.
There's so many cliffs I've already fallen over, so
exactly.
I've got to stop. I've got to control
Warner
myself.
Brothers character at this point.
Yeah.
Even though I like this figure, I'm not getting it. I need to see other people with Hono figures in their hands. I'm not just like you don't jump on a new car when it comes out. You wait because there's always bugs, and I'm gonna wait. I need to see what other people think of these figures.
Yeah.
Although that Wolverine, I mean, the blue and yellow looks incredibly tempting.
Yeah, it does.
I think that just waitlisted today, didn't it, on Sideshow?
Yeah, but I can give it.
Not that you can't find it.
Yeah, Sideshow. Yeah, who cares?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah. Who cares? Yeah. Speaking of T.O., I was gonna say, I figured your favorite character is Wolverine because if you guys haven't checked out Thrawn's Office Instagram, he has some awesome photos of some cosplay as Wolverine, man. I gotta say, you really looked the part, and those were badass.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, that was a few years ago. I had a little more hair, so I was able to pull it off a little bit better. But yeah, I always enjoyed doing that. And my son's name is Logan, so.
Oh, is it?
Nice.
Yeah, that didn't happen by accident.
Yeah, that's
Although
awesome, man.
It was my wife's idea, and in my head I'm going, does she know that's Wolverine's name?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell her because I don't want to change her mind.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
And then she looks at me and she goes, by the way, I know that's Wolverine's name.
That's awesome.
A woman always knows, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
So,
shout out to Logan.
Little Logan.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. All right, so that was the Mondo Cyclops. Again, that'll go up July 24th if you want to try your hand at trying to get that on the Mondo shop. I'll put the link in the description below after the stream here. So, or you can just obviously go to Google Mondo shop and check on there. They do have the article of all their SDCC or page of all their SDCC exclusive they're gonna have this year. So you can find it on there as well. But all right, so that was the last of the 6th scale. Right. Believe it or not, jumping over to, we're gonna switch it up to 12 scale here.
I'll bring it up after you're done, but you did leave somebody off this list. I'm very upset.
Oh, did I? Oh, I might have switched it up just because we had probably made room for other ones.
Okay.
You let me know.
We'll see when we get to the end of the show. I'm not sure, you might have included it, but we'll see.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So next up, we got the 12 scale. First on 12 scale list. This is the unlicensed
wait a minute.
Brotoys in conjunction with Take That. So I'm not lying. It is Kratos. Good eye. Or inspired by Kratos. Yeah. This is the how do you pronounce this? Deicide War. What do you guys think? I don't know. How do you pronounce it?
It's Kratos.
Deicide.
Deicide. I think it's
Deicide.
Okay. Usually DI is pronounced die.
Yeah.
Like Opus Die. I think it's Deicide.
Deicide, okay.
Like the German E.
German, absolutely. It's German.
What is that? What's the significance of that again?
Oh, just like pronunciation in German, like EI makes an I sound, IE makes an E sound.
Right.
But what does that word mean? Do you know? I didn't have a chance to look it up. Do you guys know?
I don't know. I think it
know
means
it's
like
used
a lot of death. But I'm gonna look it up.
I know, right?
I think it means mass death.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Or God of War, maybe. Yeah. God of.
There's a band that there's a band. I guess you can call them.
So the band I was pronounced the band Deicide, but I could have been saying that wrong for 40 years.
I could be wrong, but I think that's a Deicide.
I think you're right.
Okay. Either way, that's the name of this figure. Yes, inspired by Kratos from the 2018 remake God of War, which I loved. Played that game, really awesome game. I'm a big fan of God of War in general, but so this one here again, I mentioned this is 12 scale. So this one is going for $130 currently, and this is a reissue. currently 1/6 kit is the only place that I've seen that has this as a reissue. They already came out with an initial run. Those are already sold out, and I'll most likely, I know why, I'll explain here in a little bit. But so let me go back to what this guy comes with. So there's two versions, or there were two versions. There was a deluxe and a standard. I believe kit only has the deluxe now. Sorry. So as you can see here, the deluxe comes with the two alternative head sculpts, the Mimir head, which was awesome. This in the game, this character was just Kratos carried around. He decapitates this guy and carries his head around, and he's just talking the whole time, which is one of my favorite parts of the game, honestly. Like, he's just telling you stories as you're kind of like traveling around the world. There's like this hub in the game, and you kind of use that to go to other parts of like these different worlds. And anytime you're in like kind of those areas where you're just traveling from point A to point B, he's just talking and telling you stories from like different Norse mythology tales. It's just awesome. It's cool.
Can you tell him to shut the hell up?
You cannot, not that I'm aware of. I don't know if they add that later as an accessibility feature. Like,
he's always
Mimir.
talking. He's always telling you where you're going.
No, but his stories are actually interesting. Like, they put some thought into the dialogue in him. And there was times where I would just stop walking or stop, like I would be in a boat and I would just stop a rowboat and just listen to what he had to say. It was really cool.
Hey, so Mafia just in the chat there said it is deicide. It's the killing of a deity. And,
okay.
So that makes sense. It's more Latin, like Deus, meaning God.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
thanks, Mafia.
So what is it then?
That's
well,
just
it
that.
would be deicide or deicide. I always said deicide for the band, and I guess that's closer because it's not a German origin. It's more of like a Latinate origin. Like Deus. There you go, Evangelion.
I like Deus. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Evangelion. Gotcha.
Okay.
Deus, the deicide. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. He was the god of war. He's the killer of gods, right? That's how we started initially in the first 3 games, right? Was in the Greek mythology, and you kind of go through those games slaying other gods, and so gotcha. There you go. Yeah, thanks, thanks, chat, for that lesson there, that information. So yeah, this figure here. So the deluxe. So I should say the standard version doesn't come with this yelling sculpt or the Mimir head or the 2 blades here. These are the blades of chaos. And apparently there's let me switch up the screen here. So these 2 fists on the bottom aren't included in the standard version. So all those things I just mentioned are not in the standard version. And then the deluxe includes everything here. So if you're still able to get the standard version, like I mentioned, kit only has the deluxe up but if you don't need all those extra items, those accessories, and you just want the standard for a lower price, that's an option too.
You get the axe and the shield with the standard?
You do, sir. Yeah, the axe and the shield, the Leviathan axe. Yep.
I might be able to pass. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was considering it, the standard would still be enough.
Yeah.
You got an axe and the shield?
Yeah, the axe and the shield. In both, I believe he has it in open and closed forms. Here we'll go through the photos here. So this
and
is
you said when the chains come with the.
In the description of this one here, it says the standard version does come with, or one of the descriptions I read, it said the chains do come with the standard version, which doesn't make sense because the chains go with the blade. So maybe they include them just as a look, as a kind of like he's not using the change.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you kind of see here how they're kind of attached to the blades. That's how they are in the game. But I wonder, if he has them, maybe it's supposed to be like a look where he's not using them.
Right.
Then you can wrap the chains around his arm. So I think that's. I'm not entirely sure.
He's got the head on the.
Yeah, here's Mimir again. Yeah.
His hands looked huge.
Back here in this photo here.
In the previous, that one
right here.
Yeah.
I've
been noticing on a lot of figures. I even notice on a few of my figures when I look at them, I go, these hands are kind of big. I think there are certain companies like, we're gonna have to just give them these.
Just give them these. Yeah, that's all we got.
They got like a box of big hands that they can't get. Use the big hand box.
And I have to admit, I have seen figures where I go, wow. Or there was one, I can't remember what figure it was. It was on one of the streams, and everybody was looking at it, and the hands look huge.
Anakin.
Was it Anakin?
Yeah, recently.
No. It was Morbius.
Oh, Morbius. Okay, because people have been saying that about the new.
I had to say, at least from the pictures, they did look like really big. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, I remember that conversation here. So going on to real quick on this one. So the reason why it was so expensive, because this is a pretty expensive figure for the 12 scale, and there's some of them usually are, but in this case, this was what 5K had posted. So 5K Toys was a place that was selling this. I believe they're sold out, but you can try to go look and see if they have this figure available. What I thought was interesting is that this figure is one of the first, if not the first, to use a new molding technology, what they call a 5-axis CNC technology, whereas currently most toy manufacturers use a 3-axis, right? The X, Y, and Z. And Ty, you're probably familiar with this with 3D printing for the molding to create the figures. But this figure here is now using 5-axis. So in addition to the X and Y and Z, there's also some rotational elements. And I'm not sure, I didn't get a chance to research it more, but it said there's 2 additional rotational elements that are involved. I'm guessing a rotational at the upper part, like let me call it the upper hemisphere and the lower hemisphere, I want to say. However that works, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's left and right, I'm not sure. It just says rotational axes added to those additional 3. So with that, they're able to get more detail in the figure in this small of a scale.
Would that mean like a reduction in flashing and seams and things like that?
That I do not know. You're
okay. You see, it's all ticks and pops from here with me too. I mean, what does all of that mean?
Just ultimately, that just allows
the more video.
Yeah, I know. I still need to do it, and I still will, because I'm curious on how that works.
But
that is interesting.
From the company.
Oh, maybe, right. Yeah.
Because if this is such a new technology and you want to draw people to it, just do a little quick 2-minute video.
Yeah, brag about it a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what the heck.
I'd love to see how they do it.
I need to know the difference, because those words mean nothing to me.
Yeah, so the difference ultimately, keeping it simple, that just allows them to create molds with more details, highly detailed figures like you can see here. And there's already reviews on this out on YouTube, and I've seen a few of them, and they all said the same thing, that they're just blown away by how much detail is in this figure. Like, you can just kind of see here just the detail in his armor, in his pauldrons, in his belts, even in the Leviathan axe here, his axe. Just how much detail there is in this, and they're just blown away by that. And that's the same thing I've heard in all the reviews.
But Feezy, I'm seeing a lot more. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I'd love to see NECA use some technology like that. They pack a lot of detail, and if they could even go to the next step.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love NECA. One of my.
The downside, before I let you go, Mike.
It looks very cool.
That head looks really good.
Yeah, right. It looks very cool.
That head looks really good.
But I just don't need the don't gin me up without showing me something. I just rather have them show off. That looks really good though.
That looks really
12
good.
scale. This is a head in 12 scale.
That looks like a 6 scale head.
It does.
Right? Yeah.
What was the price on this one?
This was the 130 on kit right now, on 1/6 kit.
And see, this is why it's making it even more difficult for 6 scale companies to be charged what they're charging.
Yeah.
Right.
And that as far as like the details and the price here, it's just crazy, what they're Beam, on your stream, when I saw the replay on the collector's figure, I know you guys were talking about, of course you have your shirt merch, by the way, S Beam's merch, check it out. He has a shirt, make it in 6 scale. And one of the things being because of the details, right? Like you guys for most people who collect 1/6, one of the reasons they say they don't collect 1/12 is just because you can't get the same amount of detail. But this shows here they're getting there.
Oh,
12
they're
scale.
amping. Yes, they're amping their games up. Man.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to pay for it, but it's still there if you want it, right? Again, options. There's plenty other of Kratos figures, and I'll touch on one here coming up, another one. But yeah, there's a lot. You guys mentioned NECA did their versions of God of War. I actually have the NECA version from God of War 3 because I wanted a Kratos, so I have that one. But this one I'm getting as well because, like I said, I'm a big fan of God of War, and this just looks amazing. Again, kind of, we touch on sometimes some figures go on that art level, right? So I think this is a lot of time and effort and put into this figure here, I think. So it's definitely beautiful.
Yeah, it is. That looks like a 300 kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So from Norse mythology, he started with Greek mythology, and in the newer games he travels on to Norse mythology, which is really cool, man. I just love the whole mythology in general.
Surprised they haven't tried to do some kind of movie or something about this guy, or animated kind of thing.
Not yet.
He's pretty popular. I mean, I'm not even familiar with the character, but for the last several years, I've been seeing different companies come out with versions of him.
Yeah. Yep.
The games are so cinematic. I remember playing 3, and I was like, this is like jumping off the screen like a movie.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah. You played them all, Mike, or Tio?
Yeah, except for the most recent one. Well, recent now I think is a couple years now, right?
Yeah.
I haven't finished it, so I got into it, and then like life happened or whatever.
Yeah, Ragnarok. Yeah, I started it, and it was kind of slow in the beginning, and I lost interest, and so I stopped. But I need to go back and I want to play because I want to see what happens in the story. But
me too.
Yeah, same position, man. Same situation as you. Yeah, but anyone else got any thoughts on this one here? This Deicide, right? Deicide War.
Deicide.
Okay, Deicide. Man, mess it up again.
Yeah.
All right, going here to the chat. Austin Nicholas in the house. What is up, my guy? Says, hey, Uncommon and Imagineum, saying what's up to everybody. He says, it really surprises me these companies don't do more with social media. Yeah, right. And I wonder it's just because they're kind of keeping, I think it's probably the unlicensed nature of these figures, right?
The low profile.
Yeah, they want to keep a low profile.
Oh, that's right. Because this is like you said, it's derived from a video game, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it's unlicensed. Yep. And yeah, there's a couple of unlicensed God of War figures, a couple of licensed 12 scale, and there's unlicensed 6 scale. I know there's a couple. Mondo's did one license, but the articulation on that one wasn't that great. And I think there was some other parts of it. I don't know. I can't remember if it was the head sculpt that didn't come out great, but there was something that I didn't end up pulling the trigger on. I didn't like. So there hasn't been a 6 scale company that's made one that I was willing to pull the trigger on and pay the money for. But Yomo is also in the house. What is up, Yomo? He's like, yo. Let's see here. We got everyone saying what's up to everybody. Nice, loving it. Moose Dream in the house. Hello, community of collectors. I got a brown Wolverine today. Nice. Congrats, sir. Congrats to you. We got another mic here. Let's see here. And Moose saying thanks, gentlemen. Yeah, man. Good. Congrats again on getting that. Let's see here. Okay. Going on to the next one here. If no one has anything else on this. So going from one Kratos figure to another. So this was interesting because of kind of the company. So this is the PlayStation. So the Spin Master PlayStation Shape series, again, still in 12 scale, and these just were announced recently. Then the way they came out were kind of weird. They kind of popped up on. Some people saw them on Amazon. Some listings went up on Amazon. There was no official release listed, and that finally just went up from the PlayStation blog or the PlayStation Direct site, I think it was. But yeah, so this is kind of the opposite end, right, of what we were saying. So that $130 figure, right, very detailed. I forgot to mention that that the articulation on that was another thing that a lot of people were mentioning, is like the articulation wasn't too great. It was kind of hindered by the skirt that he had on, like the legs wouldn't be, they there's not as much articulation unless you took the skirt off. Then obviously you get the normal articulation. So it's there. It's just hindered by some of the the pauldrons he had or that skirt he had. That kind of limited his articulation on there. And so that was a downside to that figure, as beautiful as it looks. And so this one here, the other end. So this is going for $30. I mentioned this is Spin Master, and which is kind of interesting because Spin Master, from what I've seen, had only focused on games and toys geared toward a younger audience, right? So like kids, 3 and up type of stuff, toddlers, and things like that.
No, sir.
And they have, you can correct me here if I'm wrong, but I was going to touch on, I did see some figures, but they were 12 inches, right?
Yes.
And they seem pretty basic. And so, but again, that's usually like, it's not Hot Toys 12 inches, like articulation and detail, right? It's still more, it looked like it was geared more to a younger audience, with those bigger toys. And they also had some 4-inch figures, but again, it seemed like very basic articulation, kind of like, your typical 3/4-inch figures that just had minimal articulation, not as detailed as TVC figures, Star Wars figures. And so they do figures as well. I've seen those, but it just seemed like they were geared more, like I said, to kids. But Mike, you want to correct me on anything on that?
No, you're right to a certain extent, but off to a certain extent.
Okay.
They do 12-inch figures, but they're more like hollow plastic figures.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised. I've got one of their Keaton. Hold on.
Oh, okay. You have one. Okay. So while he's getting that, so this one, you can kind of looking at that with that in mind. Oh, okay. Enhance here.
You'd be surprised. I was shocked at the face.
Shocked and appalled.
At the face sculpt. It's
okay.
Keaton. You can tell.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yes, I've seen these now that you remind me. You guys have that store, Calendars, Games, and More, or whatever it's called. They have a lot of these figures. I bought my son one of these. They're great. They're inexpensive.
Yeah.
And they're nicely detailed and articulated for what you get.
Oh, are they? So they are pretty
soft, good cape.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And you would be absolutely shocked at how articulated.
Show
It's
me.
from the Flash, though, isn't it? That don't count.
What were you saying, Beam? It's what?
I said that's from the Flash, though, isn't it? That don't count.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count.
Wow.
Highly articulated, even in the knees.
So
what I use it, I use it as a piece. I've got turned out to be a whole Batman setup over here.
Okay.
But I also have the Spin Master Batwing.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. It's huge. So what I mean by that is Spin Master is a great company that if you want to have vehicles that are large but inexpensive, primarily just plasticky, but the aesthetic of the vehicles are detailed enough where from a distance you can't tell if it's not a Jazz Inc. or whatever. It's a great stand-in. You have great stuff for stand-in stuff that you might want in your displays that you can't afford.
Okay. So yeah, good alternatives there.
Sometimes cheap doesn't cheapen your display. It's all about what you do with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, and it wasn't more like the cheap. I was kind of referring more to the.
No, I know you're meaning about age groups and stuff.
Yeah.
But kids aren't going out and buying those large bat wings and stuff. They're not doing that. And as a matter of fact, I'm seeing some collectors in the community. I know those are Spin Masters you got. You think you're slick.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull, Mike. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know Spin Masters. I know you got them.
I think there's also a The Batman that I've seen. I don't know if it's Spin Master where I saw him in Toys R Us, actually. Believe it or not, there are still a couple Toys R Us's around.
I've got a Selena Kyle.
Coming back.
Too.
And yes, there's Selena Kyle.
I have her right here.
Yeah, and they look pretty good, man.
Great. The sculpt looks like her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing I was going to say, Feezy, is that I'm really excited to see them getting into the figures.
Yeah.
They haven't been doing the 7-inch or 6-inch figures before.
Yeah.
And they're looking pretty good. So as far as let's call them a really economical company to purchase from,
Yeah.
for where they are in their grade, they do good stuff. And this looks really good.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. There's, like one of the reason I was kind of talking about, like younger audiences and where they're coming from, and not as detailed. You can kind of see it here in the shield, and that's how I kind of say it on this one. It just kind of just looks like it's obviously one color. It looks like they just
they could use weathering.
Yeah, weathering.
Little paint.
Like they kind of molded it and just in this had it made in this one color, right, in the plastic that it is, and just called it a day. And so yeah, there's some details lacking in it, but again, yeah, for the price, which is another thing, right? Because you look at Marvel Legends, and they're sitting around $25. So this is $30. So that's like a $5 increase there. So you kind of up to each collector whether you feel like that's affordable or not for this figure. And what you get, it probably has to do with the PlayStation license and getting these figures for that on these characters, because there are more. I'll go through them here, but yeah, you don't really get that much. You get an alternate set of hands, and the Leviathan axe and the shield, an open and closed version of the shield, and that's it. And then a couple of there are reviews out for this as well. A couple of reviews that I've seen were saying that the articulation was really basic. The only thing is, you have this hinge here for the foot, and it rocks left to right, and it hinges back and forth, but it doesn't rotate. So there's no rotation on the foot. Okay. And also the arms on all the figures so far are single jointed at the elbows.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's, I don't know, you take that as you will. I don't know. They're starting off, there's not really a lot there. So this looks, if you just want inexpensive version of Kratos, and I don't know how much the NECA is. NECA did this version of Kratos as well, and I can't remember how much that is. But you kind of, again, you have options. You pick or choose where you want to sit. If you don't want to pay the $130 of that figure we just looked at before this one, there are some inexpensive alternatives as well. If you just want that representation of a Kratos in there,
this looks more of like a McFarlane build construction than like a NECA construction.
Yeah,
yeah.
I bet you that NECA's killer. But Marvel Legends hasn't pleased me in a while. You can get Marvel Legends for $30 too, or certain, depending upon if they're bigger builder figures or whatever. But my problem with Marvel Legends is, man, sometimes they'll give you figures with 0 accessories and still charge you. It just makes me so mad. And they haven't stopped doing that. It's so inconsistent with them. And then you hardly ever get like swap out hands. So at least Spin Masters give me accessories, and
I think it depends on like if it's a bigger figure too. I think for the most part, the ones that I've collected have alternate hands, at least another pair. But there's some of them that don't come with a lot more than that. Like
really
you were saying,
make me angry when they do that.
Yeah. So this, I mentioned there's others in this line. So this is the PlayStation Shapes series. So there's a core series. Let me switch over here. So the other figures coming out in the core series, you have they recently announced Atreus. So you have Atreus to go with your Kratos, Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima, and Varl. And Varl, Varl here.
Can we get tie-in on this soon?
Yeah, maybe we'll see after this. Varl and from Horizon. And I'm not sure. That's another game I started, but I haven't beat. So I'm not sure if Varl here is from Zero Dawn or what is it?
That's
Forbidden West. I think is the other one.
Forbidden West, I believe.
Is it okay? So those are part of the. These are part of the core series. These are like their basic standard versions. Aloy, which I'll show more pictures from, also from Horizon. She's the deluxe figure because she comes with more accessories, and the things she comes with were I was pretty surprised. But the same articulation though. So that's kind of unfortunate in that sense. So we can go through some photos here of of all the figures here. You got Atreus and Kratos, Jinsakai. I've been reading a lot of the comments, and a lot of people are digging this one here. This
I'm digging
Jinsakai.
that one.
Yeah.
Sculpt looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It
right.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get that. Especially for like $30. Definitely.
Yeah, $30. Yep. The only reason I'm not getting this one personally is because I got the Figma version. So the Figma, Good Smile Figma did a version of this Jinsakai. I believe it was Figma, and so I have that one already, and that one's really cool. So otherwise, I would have gotten this one. You know, if I would have known this is coming out, I probably would have got this one. I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
But yeah, so here's Aloy again. Again, single jointed elbows. It looks like that carries over through all the figures. So yeah, it's really cool that they're coming out with more alternatives for video game figures for those of you who want that representation in your collection here. Again, this is all 12 scale.
And the good thing about it is Spin Master can be found in Targets all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I see them.
So you don't have to really go out of your way. You'll be hanging somewhere sometime.
I always give my son his I bought him a Batman 12-inch. So whenever I'm opening a hot toy, I give him his, and I open mine, and so we have this little thing going. So,
nice.
They're in the same scale, so he feels like he's got what Daddy's playing with too. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Awesome. She's got how many head sculpts?
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Yeah, faceplates. They're interchangeable faceplates, and so again, this Aloy's the deluxe of this initial wave here. So the deluxe figures, so Aloy here's $50. She comes with 8 pairs of hands, 6 interchangeable faceplates, a bow and arrow, the quiver with attached arrows, so you can't remove the arrows from the quiver, and a spear. So that's all included here with this Aloy figure.
She's got double jointed knees.
Does she?
Yeah, I think they all have double jointed knees. They just don't have the rotational foot, and they have single jointed elbows.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I always thought that was so weird. You give them double jointed knees, but not double jointed elbows.
Yeah,
especially for archers.
The toe articulation.
Oh yeah, she does have it. Yeah, she also has toe articulation. Good eye there, Beam. Yeah.
So I mean that's not bad. If they can get to that double jointed elbows, man, they will really pump it up. You know?
Yeah.
For posing and things like that. But
so a new challenger has entered the 12 scale the 12 scale ring there with the Spin Master PlayStation Shapes series. Anyone else got any comments on this one here?
I'm down with that God of War. Like I like this look for him, and I definitely like his price. Yeah, and that Jin, count me in for that one. Definitely. Mm-hmm. I just got through playing this on the PC, and so I'm in New Game Plus as a matter of fact.
Oh, nice. Yeah. This is another one that's in my my queue of games to play.
When are they going to be releasing these, Feezy? Did they say?
Yeah, I believe. Let me see. Let me go back here. Let's see. When was it? I think it was Q3 or Q4 of this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I'll be looking out, because the one thing about, like, even with new lines, League of Legends, they dropped a line of 6-inch figures a couple of years even before I think there was a movie or series that came out, and I started jumping on those. So there's going to be a good chance these are not going to be hard to find initially in the beginning until people start discovering they're out there. So I'd be looking out for these, when you're in your Targets and stuff, to be hanging and grab them when they're, kind of new coming out, as opposed to waiting too long when people discover. Yep.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. And also, like I said, I've seen reviews for Aloy and Kratos. So if you're interested on how these are and you want to see them for yourself, go check those reviews out. I didn't put any in the description, but you can obviously they're out there. You can find them. Find your one of your favorites toy reviewers there. We got Collector Joey in the house joining us. What is up? Yo, Collector Joey. Thank you for coming through. Let's see here if I'm missing anyone. Everyone's chatting up. Oh, Evangelium's here. I played all these games. Nice. I wish I had as much time as you, good sir. I wish I had as much time as you. Yeah. Yeah, we have other responsibilities as an adult over here. I got to take care of, but I take a crack at it when I can. I speaking of, I just finished Hogwarts Legacy. That was one that was in my queue, and so I finished that on PS5. It was pretty
How
fun.
was it?
It was good. I really enjoyed it. I even went so much to go back and I started doing all the side quests just because it was really cool. And I had just come off of binging all the Harry Potter movies, and so I was like, man. And I had that game already because I heard good things, and so I jumped right into it. And yeah, it was fun. It was cool. I liked it. There's definitely some issues. There's some glitches and things that need to be fixed, but it was still fun. But all right, so going on to the next one here, we have. I know some of you have discussed this before, so we can go through this real quick. But this is the 3-0 MDLX Jazz. So for those that are not familiar, MDLX line is the line similar in height. These figures are similar in height to the 12 scale, so they're around 6 inches. Your Marvel Legends Black Series height. I'm not sure what the exact scale of this is for Transformers, but height wise, that's where they set. So this is, let's see, go through some of these. Where am I at here? 3-0 Jazz. So this is $80. 3-0, they're a little higher. That's because most of their figures, including these MDLX ones, are they have a die cast, like a metal body, like a frame, and then they usually add plastic parts on top of that. So this one is, like I said, setting around 6 inches, which is about 14.25 centimeters, 46 points of articulation. So how 3-0 does it. They go ham on their articulation are nicely designed and engineered, which I'm a big fan of. And the MDLX series of figures, they kind of go off of the 80s cartoon, so the animated show and the movie. There's some slight, they took some liberties and kind of threw their own flair in there, but they're inspired by the 80s animated the cartoon there. So Jazz, really cool character. That's actually, I come to find out, I don't have Jazz in my collection of my Transformers here behind me on my shelf. That's actually what I started with. When I started collecting, during the pandemic, the whole collecting journey started because I didn't have any Transformers, and that's what I started with. So I started going back, all those Hasbro Transformers, all the ones that I wanted.
Nice.
And Jazz wasn't a part of that, surprisingly. So I was like, wow, what the hell? So this one I wanted to pick up because Jazz is just a cool character in general. He's kind of more of like the the pop locker of the gang. He picked up on the pop from the movies. He's the one that scans, I guess, the trying to go off of memory here. He's in the first movie, the Transformers movie. He scans the internet and picks up on what's popular, right, in pop culture, and then he ends up just kind of speaking that way, and he's doing break dances and stuff. So, but he was kind of always kind of the more lighthearted, kind of outgoing and character. I didn't watch the cartoon, but kind of in general, from what I was reading, he was also Optimus's right hand man. And so this character, he just looks cool. He did transform. I think it was into a Porsche, I want to say, but they couldn't get the rights to Porsche, of course. And so in the movie, I think it was like what was I kind of read up on this. This is a Pontiac Solstice, I think it was. But yeah, Ty, sounds like you have something.
That it looks like more like an American-made front.
Yeah,
like the car itself. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ty, were you going to say something on this?
Oh, I was just it just make me think back to when I was watching the cartoons, because like in the 80s one, it was Scatman Crothers did the voice for him.
Yeah.
And so I remember it fondly. Like those are my Transformers.
Same.
Nice. Yeah, those were. I just
speaks
learned that
to me.
recently. Yeah, I just learned that recently. That who did the voice for them? Like, oh damn, that was cool. I kind of, because like I said, for whatever reason, when I was younger, I was into the Transformers. For me, it was more the Turtles and Thundercats and Centurions and
me too
X-Men and stuff. But I didn't. Yeah, I don't know why. I just did the Transformers and G.I. Joe didn't appeal to me.
Thundercats.
Oh yeah. But it wasn't until later that the concept of Transformers and the how fun they are, right? To just actually it's kind of like a puzzle. I saw them as a puzzle, like the actual toys, to transform them from what I'm forgetting what they call them now. What is it, like their alternative form to the robot mode, their alternate form. And so that's why I started picking those up. So, and now learning about the 3.0 versions and just the engineering, the articulation that went into them. It's just so awesome.
3.0 is awesome.
I hear that everybody, I've just resisted getting into it, but
their stuff is awesome.
Everyone says they're great, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got a few of them yourself?
I do. I have both the, I have some DLX versions. So that's more in line in height with the, that would be like the 6 scale, right? There's like, so they're about 12 inches in height. Optimus is, and then of course Bumblebee's going to be shorter. But that's kind of like how they size up. And then I started buying some of these MDLX figures, which are just as awesome. And it seems like they're focusing more on this line because they have more of a variation. And they just, I know they just came out with another Bumblebee and Optimus in the DLX line recently.
So what's the availability of these right now in this picture? Are some of these like long sold out? Are these all sort of available?
No, so they're all pretty readily available. Last I looked, at least on BBTS is where I looked recently. But these two, I think this is you guys correct me if I'm wrong here. I can forget which is which, but this is Cliff Jumper, I believe. Last I heard, he was. Last I've seen, he's still up for pre-order. I think he's one of the ones that came out recently as well that went up for pre-order. And then remind me who this one is here on the right. There was Cliff Jumper and
I can't remember.
I want to say Guy something, or I'm drawing a blank, but I think he went up for pre-order recently. Optimus and Bumblebee, Megatron have been out for a while, so I think those are in stock still around. You can find those. Starscream also.
Oh, cool. I wonder if any of these have the
Sideswipe. Thank you. Yes, that's what it is. Sideswipe.
If you remember the toys and the figures in the 80s, the emblem would change color with the heat of your fingerprint.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Man.
I remember some of those.
This is bringing back a lot of memories. I used to love these figures. These Mask. I mean, we can go
Mask.
Talking about all these.
Yeah, Exo Squad.
Yeah, man. Oh my god.
So this
Silverhawks, I loved Silverhawks too, which is I know not a lot of people collected those, but I liked them as a kid.
Yeah, I bought the Super 7 ones because of that.
Oh yeah,
get that nostalgia. Yeah. Yep. So I forgot to add here. So Jazz comes with 7 hands. He has a pair of the rifle holding hands and a pair of fists, and then he has 3 other kind of different various hands. So he has a salute hand, just one salute hand, one where he's throwing up the peace sign. I don't know if you guys can see it here. And then the right hand spread pose here, sprawled out on the, what is it on the right, that the far right there, that hand there on the right. The photon rifle and a retractable grappling hook, which I thought was cool. So this right here is the, you can extend that and then retract it back. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if it's kind of like a, one of those things where you have to pull it all the way, then it retracts back or what. I'm not sure. I'm interested to see how that works. So, but, yeah. Anyone have any other thoughts on this one? Why did it go so small here? Going back here, 3.0. I have it on the site, but you can pre-order at other places as well. Again, shop around to see.
I could get down with it.
Yeah,
definitely. Like I have my first 3.0 was the like this type of 3.0 figure was the Hulkbuster, because it was way more affordable than the Hot Toys one and more articulate from what I hear. And so I love that one. And then I actually got an Iron Man from Civil War. And it was just like a little mini Hot Toys, like even the way they boxed it. So like I'm definitely down with them. Like I will get Jazz. I will get Jazz.
Yeah.
He's a great looking figure, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to jump on that as well. Because like I said, I didn't realize I didn't have a Jazz, and so I jumped on this one. And for those that don't know, we're not familiar, I'm sure a lot of you already do, but in case there aren't those who don't, these 3.0 Transformers, they don't transform.
Right.
Technically, they're just more built for the articulation, the aesthetic, which is fine by me. I already have some that do transform, so these,
I like that better. They don't have to make any compromises.
Exactly.
Just go for aesthetic. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Damn, this show is dangerous, man. This show is dangerous. I'm looking these up now, and oh my god.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. And so I'm looking forward to them doing Soundwave, because I think he's my favorite Transformer. and I have Soundwave in the DLX, so in like the bigger scale, and it has he comes with a Ravager that can actually that transforms and it goes in his chest. I think that's the only part of any 3-0 transformer is Ravage, right? Am I getting his name right? Yeah, it's Ravage. Yeah, isn't it? That goes in his chest. Yeah.
I heard somewhere that the reason why some of these don't transform is because only Hasbro or whatever can do the transforming ones. The other ones can only do like the figures or something like that.
I see that being carved out in a licensing agreement.
Yeah, there's something to do with the license where the other companies can't do transforming figures.
Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't.
Very smart.
Yeah, only they're allowed to do the ones that will transform.
Smart.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, I haven't heard about that, but I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, that's cool.
There's something about it. They're restricted.
Okay. Yeah, but definitely worth checking out if you're not familiar. These are definitely great figures. All right, yeah, this is a cool pose right here. I was saying for that flat hand there, posing like that. If you can get them to balance. But
see, I like that these are separate and apart from like Rise of the Beast and things like that. I like that these are callbacks to the old man era, you know.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's our era there, old man era. Like I'm right with you.
Yeah.
I'm right with you.
Yeah. Yeah, they have some variants out there too. I know there's like they had like a shattered glass variants of these, and like they had Nemesis Prime, I believe, and that one I ended up getting as well in this MDLX. Yeah, it's just really cool, man. They got some cool stuff out there. But all right, kind of going on here. Let's see where we at. This one was really cool. I don't know if we'll get through the rest of these 12 scale here, but this one I wanted to touch on because it was pretty cool. This is the PCToys. This is unlicensed. The Illusionist, aka Mysterio from Far From Home. And so this one, okay, I'm listening. So this is another interesting one that I came across here. So let me see here. Where did I go with my notes? So the Illusionist. So there's a standard and a deluxe version, and I'll go over some photos here of what the difference is. But the standard goes from 85 to 105 USD, and the deluxe goes from 98 to 130. And again, that just depends on where you buy it from, whether it includes shipping or not. This is set to come out the end of this year, Q4, and it's standing about 6.5 inches or 16.3 centimeters. So let me go to the photo here that has the differences and what's included in the standard and the deluxe. So that's one of the things that you get in the deluxe is this unmasked head here. Okay, yeah. So here we go. So this is everything that comes in the deluxe here. Everything you see here in this photo is what comes in the deluxe. The standard, take away the unmasked head and this base, the green smoke base with the stand, and that's it. That's what the standard. But everything else, here is in the deluxe. So you have both versions. You have let's see here. You have a few pairs, 3 pairs of hands. The suit that has fluorescent light effects on it, so you shine the UV light on it, and you can have it light up. The helmet lights up. That's there's a magnetically induced light on there switch. There's button cell batteries, I think, from what I read, and you can activate it with the magnet. I'm guessing that comes included in here. Of course, the cape. Let's see here. And some smoke effects, the beams, and those 2 green those green effects they have there. But yeah, that is all that this comes with. And I think the cape is wired also, I believe. Here, let me see here. So it actually doesn't say wired, but it looks like there may be a wire in it. So let's just say it doesn't come with one, just in case, even though it looks like there's a wire in it, because I didn't see one in the description that it says it has a wire in there. But yeah, no, I realize I don't have this in a 12 scale version, and I have some other ones from the movie, from the villains, but not this one. This one looks really cool. Again, look at the details in this, and the design and the cape. It's really cool. Anyone got any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I got zero need for the head sculpt. I'm going to save myself like $30. I can go with the standard easy.
I was thinking the same thing.
The only thing
Yeah.
that'll be missing is that base and stand. I'll create one.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd have to agree with you.
I don't know the company well enough to know if their product is any good. Anybody got any PC toys?
No.
But I kind of dig it.
Yeah. Same. And on that, from what I've seen recent, again, there's another company that they focused on Matrix figures prior to this, and so in 12 scale. So I haven't I don't have an experience with them, but it seems like they were they had like a Matrix run, and then they switched over, and now they're doing this. So yeah, I'd have to check out some reviews myself. But I'm curious to see how this holds up and see what the quality of those figures are. But this looks cool, it looks good. But I agree with you that I'd be good with just a standard.
Yeah, the smoke effect looks pretty good in it,
Yeah.
So that's the look I'd go for.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I think we're gonna jump on to one more because we're coming up on time there. I don't want to keep you guys too long. We're already kind of late here. This one was kind of fun. We'll end up on this fun note. So this is the Star Ace burning Marshmallow Man figure.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Now, see, you can lick this one. You can lick
There
this
you go.
one you
Finally,
can
he
lick.
saved it.
Yes.
Finally.
Finally.
That,
Yeah, 188.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is there's two versions. Also, like I mentioned, this is Star Ace, and there's two versions for this one. This is the deluxe we're looking at. It's 189 USD. The standard is 175, and the differences are kind of minor. Let me see here. Let me scroll down
This
to
is the
Star
best,
Ace.
the best figure Star Ace has ever done.
right. Yeah.
Hard to mess it up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they can find a way.
Yeah.
So the deluxe comes with this surprise head sculpt and a pair of fists. So that's all that comes with deluxe. Everything else is in the standard, or everything comes with both versions, right? So again, the deluxe, you get this surprise face here and then a pair of fists. But yeah, so Star Ace did a clean version of Marshmallow Man prior. And I'm not sure how well that sold. At least on their website, it sold out. But I didn't look anywhere else. But now they're coming back at it and doing a burning version, and I think this looks cool.
Yeah.
This looks
Star Ace.
Yeah. And it's light up too, right? This actually like lights up.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Maybe they're trying to. They've been around a long time. It's fascinating how much crap they put out, and they're still around.
You get
Yeah.
licenses,
And I'm not saying everything's crap, but I'd say most of the stuff I've seen was crap.
Yeah, they're trash.
But this,
Yeah, that's
call
one
it like
thing.
it is, right?
Just say, let's call it like it is.
somebody told me they've been around for 20 plus years.
I've tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. They are just trash.
Yeah.
How is this?
Yeah, that's one thing we always touch on, right? Is that their human figures aren't great. They're not.
No.
They are.
They're not. Definitely not even mediocre, I would think. But their creatures, though, they kill it on their creatures. They have some pretty good looking ghouls and creatures. So look
See, just stay away from the people.
right.
Stop doing people.
Stay away from the people.
Please.
Yeah.
And don't even do that cartoon versions.
No, don't do that either.
do
Just stick with this.
So that's what I remember when they, with the Ghostbusters line, people were saying, well, maybe I could pick up a terror dog to go with my better figure, like Ghostbusters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they'll do some creatures maybe that I could add to my Ghostbusters figures from Blitzway, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly
what is the
what I was
actual height? How many inches it actually does this stand?
So this is I just
30
looked it up. It's 11.8 is 30 centimeters. 11.8 inches.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well,
So
actually,
this may-
I can create a little diorama. It doesn't have to be to scale. It could be perspective. Because I got Jada's. It's really cool. The 1/18th scale. I got the Ghostbusters car. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Those are
nice.
good cars. Those
Awesome.
are die-cast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could put
they
him.
usually are.
I could put him in a display with that car.
Yeah.
And I've got. I'm trying to find. I've got two of the the actual 4 guys, and I'm trying to find the other 2. I got them at Ollie's. I'm hoping they pop up. So yeah, I might consider getting this monstrosity from Star just to have it as a backdrop. But I don't. What do they want for this?
So the deluxe is 190.
They ain't happening.
Damn.
No way.
Damn.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forget it.
Yeah. Nope. I'm done.
Do
So
you know I can get
there's-
a TV league for that price? Are you kidding?
the standard 175. Is that better?
No.
No. Yeah.
It's a Star Ace, bro.
So I
No.
was just looking this up, right? Because I don't even know the brand, but I bought this years ago, and you would never know it.
Oh wow.
But it's a piggy bank. Like
Oh.
you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
It's just there's a little slot on the back, but it's 11 inches. It's $65, and
There
it
you go.
perfectly serves this purpose.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And that's my.
What is it made out of?
That's exactly
It's
my
just-
point
it's
with this.
PVC. It's
Yep.
hollow, but
Yep.
obviously it's a bank. But
Yeah.
but the aesthetic is perfect, and that's the advantage of this being a cartoonish looking creature. And so yeah, you don't have to go out and pay this kind of money if you just wanted that look.
Dude,
But
yeah.
that was
thing-
my point with Spin Master. Exactly
Yeah.
my point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a prop more than anything,
Mm-hmm.
and from a
Yeah.
distance, ain't nobody gonna know
Right.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
except me.
Yeah. So-
You know what? This was actually Diamond Select, so it wasn't even some random company.
oh wow.
they're good
Yeah.
company.
Interesting.
Diamond
Yeah.
Select. So
They
yeah,
are
if
a
you just
proven company.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I
Good
might
to
have to
hear.
look that up.
Good to hear.
Because I was thinking about getting this to go with. I have the Plasma Series Ghostbusters.
All
Is that
right.
what they're called? The ones by Hasbro. I think it's Plasma Series.
You're desperate,
so-
aren't you?
This would be
You're,
well,
you're
no. Now
you're a risk taker, aren't you?
a risky. Well, I don't. Now that I've heard that there's some alternatives, I'd even try to look and see if there's anything else. But now that Tio mentioned that, I might have to go see what that is, or maybe there might be other Marshmallow Men out
You'd
there.
be better off with a Lego version.
There's one on eBay right now. There's one on eBay right now for $25.
Whoa,
and,
look at
and
that!
I'm telling you,
Even
man,
better.
you will not be disappointed. It's really
Okay.
cool.
Ah.
That's the Diamond Select one you have.
Yep,
Oh, my
Nice.
goodness.
Well, there you go. $25.
$25.
So yeah, that was a Star Ace Burning Edition. I was gonna say Burning Man, Marshmallow Man,
Burning Man.
Burning
edition.
Edition. Yeah.
Wow,
So
you're
if you're
giving me
interested-
ideas.
Yeah, I know, right? Burning Man. Yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on this one before we jump off of figures?
Oh, one more. They actually did a burning one themselves.
Oh, what? Icing
Diamond
on the
Select.
icing
Yeah.
on the
Now you
marshmallow
can get
there.
2 figures for $50 as opposed to spending $200 for one.
Yeah, spending like almost more than 3 times that. Yeah,
Insane.
yeah,
The arrogance.
nice. Good call there, Tio. Nice.
You
There you
know,
go,
this
folks.
show is very dangerous.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
You know, Ty's been quiet because he's just been listening. He's
I'm
pricing out.
listening.
Okay,
I'm over here at Big Bad Toy Store looking at these Transformers
And Jazz,
MDLXs
yeah.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
dude.
like I'm looking at Optimus and Mega. Come on, man! I gotta get
bro.
this.
The DLX or the MDLX?
The MDLX. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
they're from the 80s. Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
Feezy, I blame you for this one.
You
I'm
should.
sorry. Yeah.
You should. I
The-
told you
the
it was
last-
evil.
You should.
I
The
told you
last
it
time I was
evil.
on here,
Yeah.
we were talking about the
Told you.
Street Fighter figures.
Yep, I remember that.
And
the Jada.
Just the other day, I got 2 more of those that came in. Was M Bison and Dalsim
Oh,
came
nice.
in. I got Ken, I got Ryu, I got Chun Li. So this is all on you
You're
I'm telling you,
welcome.
man.
How do you
Good work,
every
Feezy.
time.
how do
I
you like
told you,
that?
it's not just a blood sport in here.
Yeah. How do you like the Dulcim and Bison?
I haven't taken them out of the box yet, but
Okay, gotcha.
they look really good. They look really good. Like you would not guess that they were like $25.
Yeah,
know,
right.
Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are well
killing it.
done.
See?
Yeah.
They're really well
Oh, I
done.
love this.
I love when
That's
you
awesome.
can get that inexpensive piece that looks perfect and indistinguishable from the expensive pieces
Thank
and
you.
gets
Yeah.
the job done. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael
You
knows all
guys are
about
you
that.
guys are like manna
this
from
guy.
heaven. I've been preaching discount for forever. You guys are mad
this guy, the Wolverine from Marvel Legends. I was afraid of him, like because I saw the prototype picture. One of them, I was like, oh geez. But I got him in person. I was like, wow, he looks good.
That face
he looks like Hugh Jackman.
Respectable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had saw that. That was like a reissue, right? They just came out with that recently. The Hugh Jackman one?
That just dropped not that long ago.
Yeah. I just got it from because I pre-ordered it at Big Bad and they shipped it.
They're hanging in the stores right now. They're hanging.
Nice. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Marvel Legends, they're getting better on their face printing tech, and they're looking better and better. So
so they're using well, now it's like all ZBrush, right? So it's not classic, guy with clay, and then they're doing
that makes sense.
The printing. So the application is totally new now in the last year or so.
Yeah.
The way they print the face paint.
Yeah, that's why I was questioning that other company. Oh, new technology making things more detailed. Well, I got a feeling a lot of these companies are already there. They're just kind of implementing.
They are
because Marvel Legends, if anything, their head sculpts have been getting so much better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
It was quick too, and that's because they brought this technology got cheaper, like a lot cheaper, and these companies decided to invest in it. Mm-hmm. I had a long conversation with Randy from NECA about this.
Nice.
A couple months ago,
and
he explained it to me, and so it's really, I would love to see, remember the show How It's Made, like. Just really love because he described it, but I was like, man, I want to see that actually come off the conveyor belt, like. 100 heads.
Kind of stuff.
yeah. So there's a lot of innovation happening in not just the high end, but it's exciting to see it happen in these smaller, more affordable scales.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, that stuff interests me. Also, was that on a stream or a podcast or something, or was that a private conversation?
Through a random chain of events, I've become friends with Randy, and
that's awesome.
He's a fantastic guy. Just he's become like a family friend actually, and just happens to be that I'm a toy nerd, right? So he's probably like, oh Jesus, but I try to be gentle when I pick his brain about stuff. But like obviously I want to talk to him all the time about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I preach about NECA all the time. I just picked up just a couple of weeks ago. I picked up Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah, dude. They're great. I've gotten to go to the NECA headquarters, and when you see these things in person, like so all the prototypes are done in 6 scale. So like all the alien figures I love and everything, and they have it basically like it's an art studio, and they have these shelves where they just have all the original prototypes. So it's cool to see these smaller figures.
6 scale?
Yeah, but the thing is, the 6 scale is its own license. So they produce these just so that they can shrink them down to the size they're going to sell them at. But man, it's cool if you work there. You just can see them in these larger scales every day. So
that's awesome.
That sounds awesome.
Their packaging is so enticing. Every time I open up the cover of one of their, and you look at the figure inside and the presentation, I picked up a figure that I didn't expect to pick up. Although I dig her, was the not Vampirella, Elvira.
Oh, Elvira, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I opened up the box and went, done deal.
I know.
NECA is one of my prime weaknesses.
Me too.
I've got any weakness, a NECA is a weakness.
And they got that Target section, where they're.
Yeah,
it's my weakness. That's why my wife, like my friends would be like, you go on Target runs with your wife? I was like, but they got, because my friends don't collect toys, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I have a very specific reason why I don't mind going to Target.
Yep, for sure. Yep. Michael, are you sure you don't mean, by NECA, you don't mean McFarlane? When you say your
no.
weaknesses?
I love McFarlane, but love me some NECA.
Okay.
Well, when I heard you complain about accessories, I was like, McFarlane, man, you're getting like a Batarang if you're lucky. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
You're getting hands. You're not getting anything.
He's been upping his game too. He's
McFarlane.
actually been implementing things like additional hands, and he's actually moving even closer to soft good capes. Almost everything coming out now is soft.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Yeah.
I have a lot of McFarlane. I'm guilty.
Me too,
Yeah,
bro.
same.
I used to.
I
I
don't.
have some McFarlane. Yeah.
I'm
I got
home.
beef
I'm
with them.
home. I'm home.
Ty's like, boo.
Yeah, I just got beef with them.
I
Yeah,
got
Well, I
that's just-
have a beef with them too, but not enough to.
No,
Yeah,
mine is enough. Mine is enough.
Yeah, just enough. Yeah.
It was
Mine is
funny.
enough that I leave them alone.
Yeah. I guarantee that your beef with them, I probably share, but I'm just a sucker and still buy them every now
Me
and
too.
then. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
pretty
I've done it. I've done it too. And then I was like, you know what? Why did I do this? Like I got it home. I'm like, yeah, see?
Hey,
And I was
but
like,
he's a
you know
far,
what?
he's a far
done.
better deal than Marvel Legends. I'm sorry. He's a better
Yeah.
deal.
I mean, I don't mess around too much with the Marvel Legends. I only get a couple. You know, if they look pretty good. Like I got the Wolverine, the blue and yellow, and you know, certain ones I might take a stab at, but McFarlane, I was like, you know what? I'm done with you. Yeah, we just don't click, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that you guys love them. You know, it's just personally, I got beef with them. You know,
No, I'm right there with you.
see, me and Bean, we
Yep.
got beef.
I love it. Well, you're outnumbered.
It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, by the way, real quickly, Feezy, I don't want to take things over, but every time we see Ty, he's in a new location in his starship. Looks like you're reporting there. Are you in Madripoor?
Yeah.
And if you are, could you tell Sharon Carter I think she's smoking hot?
I will do that. I will do that.
It's appreciated.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, where is that, Ty?
That is, it's actually just some backgrounds I bought from Big Films. They had like this sale where it was like 1,600 different backgrounds because I wanted to like get back into doing some photography, like toy photography, and you know, I just popped this one up there because
It reminds me of Madripoor.
Nice at Madripoor, yeah.
it looks you know, they got some good stuff in there. So
All right.
Nice, yeah, looks good. Yeah, so that was all the figure talk, and thanks T.O. for that insight. Yeah, that was good info. Wow, that was like really really cool to hear. So thanks for sharing that. You know, if ever I have questions on the production process, I'll be sure to pick your brain because I'm sure you know more. And that stuff, yeah, like I said, I'm always curious to learn more about that.
love that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. But yeah, how you guys feeling? You guys up for doing I know we're already kind of late, but no worries if you're not feeling it. But game of Feezy's 20.
I'm wide
20
awake.
questions?
I'm in. I'm wide awake.
No worries if some of you have to drop off. If not, then
Let's
we
do
can
it.
go ahead and do
Let's
it.
rock.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll.
Yep.
Yes, I love it. Love the energy. All right, here we go. Let's see how
I'm gonna
lightning
regret
round-
it, but let's go.
I think you guys got this one.
While
let's see
Feezy puts on his clown outfit.
Oh,
Check. Real quick, let me catch up on the chat here. You know, I saw Evangeline was like, "I just drank coffee. Let's go!" Yeah,
There you go.
Don't want to skip over Jose Plus or Jay-Z Hernandez was in the house. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for coming through, Jose G. I know he's also in Cali as me, so about the same time frame. So I'm not sure if he's already in bed or not, snuggling up to a nice warm book and coffee. I don't know, and coffee and blanket. All right, here we go. Let's see. Got share this one instead. Okay, so for those that aren't familiar with 20 questions, so it's basically you're asking 20 yes no questions. I have a figure in mind. Since you know the common figure, I'll try to figure no pun intended for all of you. It'd be a Hot Toys figure. So you know you have that clue. So you have 19 questions, right? Yes or no questions asked to narrow it down, and then your last one would have to be what the figure is, right? Because if you guess early and it's wrong, then game over, man, game over. So
I remember this now. I stink
yeah.
at this.
Yeah,
Me
well,
too. That's why
you have
it's a
help.
nightmare,
You have
bro.
help.
I stink.
So
I'm with you.
I would encourage you to, you know, it's okay to talk out loud, talk amongst yourselves.
T.O.
know,
help me.
If you want to ask a question,
God
you know, you
help
can
me.
just say, you know,
Yeah.
just let me know
Beam,
if that's going to be
it's
your
on
question
you.
or not.
It's on you
Yeah,
guys.
Beam, yeah. You'll get it.
Well, I'm the veteran
okay,
of the
I'll go.
game,
I'll
so you
get
guys gotta get in there. So
Couple
Axe to the forehead,
of
I'll
things
get it.
here just to kind of point out house rules. 2.0s I consider a separate figure because that could change the answer to a question. So if a figure has like if there's a 1.0 or 2.0, those are separate. No using the chat. You can't look at the chat. The chat can play along and they can throw out their guesses or questions if they have suggestions for questions. I'll bring those up, but I won't bring up anything else. So disable your chats or close them out. Of course, no Googling anything either. So honor system here. You can't ask if it rhymes with or if, with a letter or a word, or if it starts with a certain letter. None of those types of questions. Let's see, what else am I forgetting? Other than that, of course, just try to help yourselves out. Try not to be too vague or general with the questions you ask, because it's only going to hurt you. So help each other out. You guys can talk out loud. It's always more engaging too when you guys kind of just speak what you're thinking too. It makes it so others, your teammates you're working as a team too, so your teammates can hear your thought process. That helps as well. So with that, let's go. You may begin.
Now we got to decide if it's animal, vegetable, or
T.O.
I missed it. Did you say it was Hot Toys still?
So
yes, it's a Hot Toys figure. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Is it male?
there you go.
No.
Ooh.
Is it female?
Yes.
So I'm doing this right. There's no order here, right? We're just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was a stupid. I burned a question on a dumb. All right. Now,
Well, now
I'm
one of the
That's all right.
things
You're
that
all, we're
we
good.
can do,
We narrowed it down. That's all. That's all it matters.
but also Thrawn,
Yeah. So,
before you ask a question,
Mhm.
he does allow us to kind of talk about it first,
gotcha.
so that we don't just fire blanks and lose
Yeah.
points. So
My brain is operating. I'm like, it's like a flicker
just-
right now.
yeah.
It's late for
Yeah.
me. I'm exhausted.
just want to make sure you understand that we don't have to deliberate with you, but it'd be good if we all deliberate.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, I got you. Now. All right.
I'm gonna try to narrow it down a little bit more though. Is this character from a Disney property?
Yes.
So one of the three from Hot Toys, right?
Disney property, female.
Star Wars, Marvel.
You want to ask if it's Star Wars or Marvel? Is that what?
No, I was just narrowing.
I hear
giving
you.
us our options, man.
Oh, I hear you.
But
Star
I guess
Wars
that
or
wouldn't be a
Marvel?
bad next
I wasn't
step,
sure
right?
what you were throwing out to be.
It's a Hot Toys female character in the Disney property.
Do we have we have no time frame as to when this was like released, or these aren't just specifically for announcements or releases? This could be a 10-year-old figure, a new figure.
We'd have to ask the questions to narrow that down.
But so anyway, it can be anything.
Right.
Yeah.
From any time frame. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And so if you want to ask a question like, well, is it from a IP in the 80s or anything that's kind of, yeah.
Do we want to narrow it down and see,
Sure.
like, if we guess the IP correctly? Like, is it,
Sure.
should we ask, is it Star Wars or is it Marvel? Or
Yeah, I think that's what Beam was kind of alluding to. Yeah, let's do that.
Go ahead, Beam.
Yeah, you can go ahead and shoot the next question. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, is this a Marvel character?
No.
What do you guys think?
Well, could be Star Wars, or it could be Bell.
Okay, so it's my assumption that it has been released before.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Not pre-ordered. They're all ones that have been released.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it has to be.
Do we need to ask the question if it's ever been reissued or no?
No.
Don't ask it?
No. That's a waste of a question. What was the last question again? What did we ask?
We asked if it was Marvel, and he said no.
Star Wars. Or
might as well ask.
Again, it could be Bell. I'll try to narrow it down again. Does this figure have an MMS designation?
Yes.
So it's a
Good
movie
question.
masterpiece series.
All right.
So it's from a movie and not a show.
Could be Catwoman.
Disney property. not Marvel.
Oh, that's right. Well, Disney owns almost everything but DC, so yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
I get tripped up too, bro.
Terrible guess. Yeah.
Disney Hot Toy. Did we define era? Do we want to define an era of any kind?
An era?
Yeah. Like is the character, you know? Oh, never
mind. Female.
Is it Star Wars?
Yeah, I think this is worth asking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it a Star Wars character?
It is not.
See, that's why I didn't ask. I had a feeling it wasn't.
All right, so it's not Marvel.
We got the questions. Now we know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know unless we ask for sure.
I know,
Exactly.
but I've asked questions before, and there were gray areas. Feezy, I'll ask a character. It'll be a gray.
So you know
some
where
of
the
them are kind
landmines
of
are
hard.
in this
Yeah,
game.
some of them are kind of hard to.
I'm trying to get out of here alive.
All right, so it's a Hot Toys figure that is a given, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Female.
Not Marvel. Hot Toys female. Not Marvel. Not Star Wars.
Disney property.
Disney property.
Has an MMS label.
The hell else do they?
I mean, we got this is a very narrow already. A very narrow, small pool.
We can explore genres. We could say sci-fi. We could say fantasy. We could explore that too. Because Disney does it all.
You know
Hot
what?
Toys has made.
Could be
Belle, Maleficent.
Yeah, but it could be from Avatar, right? Are they
technically that's
they
under
fall
the Disney
under
umbrella?
Disney.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I know nothing about Avatar.
Neither do I.
I only McFarlane Banshee, and that's it.
Yeah, I can't stand Avatar.
I hate the whole thing about it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Man,
I just don't get it.
Hey, you know what? Very few people do, and I have proof. Because at Disney World, I was telling my wife, I go, I love this Pandora. It's gorgeous, beautiful, but this is the greatest box office success and biggest pop culture failure of all time. Because you could go to the gift shop and not find anyone who can name a character in the film. It has had zero cultural relevance, and it's one of the top grossing films ever.
Not even Jake Sully?
No, dude, I was asking it. Nobody knew Jake Sully.
Nobody knew. Wow.
Nobody. But everyone's having a blast.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in that
weird.
boat.
It's bizarre. I don't know I can't think of any other property that's been that impactful and that non-impactful.
Should we try and narrow down genre?
The problem with this, if we're going to say Avatar, I don't remember the character's name.
No. What I'm saying is, should we try and narrow down whether or not it's sci-fi, fantasy?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's going to be that gray area question. Maybe I don't know.
That's my point with this game.
I'm learning from you.
Real quick, Hot Toys Nightmares popping in. Thank you for coming through, saying hello there. Hello there.
Hello there.
Suggestion from Aunt Jemima is this figure a superhero?
Come on, Bean, you're the best with this game.
Good question.
Am I the best at this game?
Yes, you are.
I'm still thinking about that Transformer.
Let me put it this way. You're better than me.
Ty's over here still looking at Transformers.
I'm still looking at Transformers.
Ty's over here shopping, man.
I'm shopping over here.
Yeah.
Man. Right.
Look, I've asked my two questions,
Please help us, Bean.
All right. Well, I mean,
if you don't, I'm going to start asking questions about it.
Go ahead.
I don't give a damn. Is it
got
sci-fi
14.
related?
Is it? Say it again.
Is it sci-fi related? Is she sci-fi related?
No.
Okay.
wow. All right.
Now watch you. She wound up having some sci-fi relationships at the end of this damn game. Now, come to the internet.
Would you punch a hole in the wall like Aunt Jemima saying here? I'm about to punch a hole through my wall.
Damn, not sci-fi.
Mike's
related.
about to. I think he did.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm helping.
Not sci-fi.
I didn't lose out.
Not Star Wars.
sci-fi,
MMS
not
label. Not Marvel. Is a female Disney property. That's where you're at. What else can help you narrow it down here?
That blows Avatar out of the.
I can ask another genre.
Good. Yeah.
Is it fantasy related? And we know what fantasy means. Don't play with me.
Like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings, Dungeons and Dragons. Is that what you consider fantasy?
Lord of the Rings is considered
even Star Wars is fantasy.
Anything sword and sorcery is fantasy.
Yeah.
Anything sword.
So is fairy tale and fantasy the same thing?
Yes. Fairy tales are fantasies.
Okay, then no.
Okay.
Man, so this is a grounded, realistic.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting.
I'm thinking, is there like Wild West or modern? Like what? Man, I'm drawing a blank, and
This is not an easy game.
because this is Hot Toys we're talking about, right? If the whole
Hot Toys Disney property. Yep. What else do they got?
Not sci-fi, not fantasy.
Yeah, speak your mind. Start thinking. What are you guys thinking up?
this is gonna kill us if we don't get this, and he says it, we're gonna be like, damn, why did I not think of that?
I've already set my expectations.
Mike?
I'm not going to get it.
I understand it.
Okay, well, why don't we talk out loud? Are there some Disney properties that we're not?
I'm trying to think too.
I mean, obviously the two big ones are out: Marvel and Star Wars.
Evangelinium's
out,
suggesting horror.
Horror, but
he's got a really good idea.
I know how much he loves horror, but I don't think this is a Disney horror.
Blue's got a good mind for it.
Right. What's Disney horror?
I don't think he's got
Disney has horror?
Nah,
not that I know of.
Blue's he's also
Haunted Mansion?
suggesting
well, we know
it's
okay. Here's what we know. We know it's nothing Beauty and the Beast. We know it's nothing Aladdin because that's fantasy. Don't play with
Aladdin
me,
wasn't
Feezy.
made
Don't
by
play
Hot
with
Toys, so
You see what I'm saying? You got all of these big IPs you could knock right out.
I'm trying
So you know it's no Beauty and the Beast. You know it's no Aladdin.
But so I mean, has Hot Toys even touched any of that stuff? Like,
no, but
just
I don't
Belle.
know because
Yeah,
I don't have the
Belle
long
and
history of Hot
Maleficent's
Toys you guys
really
have.
Belle and Maleficent, right?
Believe me, I don't
That
have
I
that
can remember.
knowledge of Hot Toys. I wouldn't.
But because like Hot Toys hasn't really done many Disney princesses and stuff like that, so it really narrows it down.
Maleficent would not be that would be considered fantasy, so it shouldn't be her.
Yeah, fantasy fairy tale. Yep.
it
Better not be.
It better not. Yeah.
It better not be.
It better not be. Man. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Well, but see,
Blue has another suggestion here. Oh, Aunt Jemima, all you guys are wrong.
we can.
I know I'm wrong.
We
Yeah,
can
Blues.
My mind's a blank, so I have to be wrong by default.
Exactly. Me too.
Blues
can we
other.
look at the chat?
I'm
No,
thinking
you
3-0.
guys
That's
can.
what I'm thinking.
Okay,
No,
I
you
didn't
can't.
think so.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're thinking
Yeah.
3-0, me too.
I'm just showing. I'm pulling them up like they're suggestions.
I see. I'm trying to.
But Blue's other suggestion here for questions: does she know Captain Jack Sparrow?
Hey, wait a minute.
I thought about that.
Well,
Pirates
Pirates
of
would
the
be fantasy too,
Caribbean. Would that be fantasy?
technically.
I would think so.
Because it got
Those
ghosts and
stories
stuff.
are.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's
fantasy.
based
Because
off
of
a
freaking.
ride.
Actually, that's the
Because of
closest
Davy
to
Jones
horror.
himself.
That's close to horror.
You're a horror.
Oh my god.
But
All right.
well,
well,
I mean,
did-
it's
we have 13 more questions, so we can
Just
we should
lop
start
them
asking
off.
some.
Just throw it out there.
Like,
Just throw 'em out there.
was the figure released in the last? I don't know. You guys want a time frame or something? You want to do it like that?
You want to do 20 or 10 years?
oof.
Let's
trying to narrow it
do, I
down,
mean,
bro.
yeah.
Okay, how about 5?
Hot Toys has only been around for like 20 years.
How about 5?
Let's do 2 years.
2? Okay.
Yeah. We'll start with that. Was the figure released in the last 2 years?
No.
Okay. The reason I personally asked that is because I only really got into collecting Hot Toys 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have 10 years of.
Yeah, me neither.
You
As a
know.
matter of fact, they're my least favorite company, but that's conversation for another day.
You said 2 years, right? Last 2 years?
Yeah, last 2 years.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I think that narrows it down. Well, it doesn't narrow it down, but I think like it eliminates a lot of figures.
Well, we didn't ask if the figure was a grounded figure, meaning like
Is
Does
it?
Disney make anything grounded?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like Disney. What do they do? That's not fantasy. That's not sci-fi. That's not Marvel. That's not Disney.
I'm
Like,
sure they've come out with something. They haven't come out with any grounded figures. None.
Not really.
Interesting.
Everything's got a theme to it, you know.
yeah, like
Yeah, but what I mean, and the other thing about Disney, what the crazy thing about it is predominantly fantasy, and it
right.
used to be more sci-fi. They don't do that as much, except for what they've been screwing up with Star Wars.
Does this character know any pirates?
Does she
Is that
know
your
any
question?
pirates? Yeah, why not? Sure.
Then yes.
She knows pirates.
Yes.
See?
It's gotta be Pirates of the Caribbean.
See?
There's only one female character that I think Hot Toys has ever made, though. And that was the one from
Feezy. I don't know if Feezy would make it that easy.
the female from the fourth film, I think.
So if we guess and we're wrong, the game's over.
Yeah,
Game's
we're
over,
dead. I mean, you're walking out of here without a head, bro. so go ahead, man. Just don't caution to the wind.
I don't even know her name, so I fell asleep during. No, I watched the first movie and I fell asleep during the second one. I couldn't get through those, man.
I can't remember her name either. Is she a blonde?
Evangelium's, yeah, she a blonde. Blues, does she have horns?
Oh my
And then it looks like it just clicked for him. It's like, I know who it is.
Oh, you figure Blue knows.
He's saying narrow it down first.
Narrow it down first. So pirates related, huh? If she knows pirates.
So then, if you can remember that character, you're saying that Hot Toys made that female character.
Pretty sure they did.
What was
I
her
have
name?
not
If you
seen
can't-
those movies in years.
If you can't remember a name, I'll take if you
Identify the character?
more or less who it is, yeah, you identify the character, then I'll allow that.
Identify
Wasn't
the
it like the
character.
same girl in all of them?
No.
Bend it like Beckham girl.
I don't
Keira
follow.
Knightley?
You guys got this one. I don't follow pirates.
Keira Knightley was the
Yeah, but they didn't make. They didn't make her. Well, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. In the Sao Fang, when she was the pirate queen.
Ty's like, I'm out.
whatever the heck it was.
I have nothing. Yeah.
I haven't seen these movies in whenever.
yeah.
And I think
I'm
I only
a
saw
big
like
Johnny Depp fan, but I've never
first
watched
two?
Caribbean movies.
the first two. But if you've seen the Starscream on Big Bad Toy Store,
Yeah. Yeah.
How much money have you spent in the last 10 minutes?
nope.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. I've just added it to cart.
Right.
Yeah.
I've just added it to cart. I'm just
And wait till
looking
he's
at
off the
it.
stream, and then we
Exactly.
Speaking of money, Sideshow.
Oh
just
no, I
emailed
didn't
me.
drink any of this whiskey. I just cracked open the bottle.
I just want to smell it.
Yeah. I just want-
funny.
I just got my non-refundable deposit confirmation charge from Sideshow for the brown suit Wolverine.
Nice.
It's official.
Congrats.
Locked in.
Once again, guys, if we're concentrating on pirates, I have no knowledge of this one. You guys, you're in. This is up to you.
Well,
Oh, what do you got?
And I can't believe that he's making it that easy, though.
he's giving us a break by not making
You
us
call
name
this
the
easy?
character.
Well, it's easy
Yeah, really.
It
because
hasn't been
it's
easy,
easy
yeah.
because he's narrowed it down to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, not necessarily. We've assumed
She knows pirates.
She knows pirates.
Now, okay.
This could be some deep lore that he's familiar with, or we're not.
And that's
Right.
why I can't believe it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Because
Could be a ThreeZero transformer that happens to know a pirate. Yeah.
That's right. Because I said no fantasy. So it can't be Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
See, that's what makes me nervous about that. Like,
Is this character from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
There we go.
there you go. All right. So, how many females did they make from that series? You're saying one or two?
I want to say two.
I know there is that one girl because I've seen like a clip where she says her mother's a horologist, and they make that little joke about horologist. I don't know, whatever.
Well, I'm pretty sure one was Elizabeth in her captain uniform that she got when she took over for Sao Fang.
Okay.
That was his name. Anyway.
All
Pretty
right.
sure that was that one. And then I'm pretty sure, I want to say they made, it was Blackbeard's daughter.
I agree with
forget
S-Beam. Whatever he
forget
says.
I
I agree.
well, how about this? How about this? We don't have to
name,
struggle
though.
too much with this then.
I'm not
Because
struggling
if you
at
know
all.
what-
I'm just waiting.
If you know a characteristic that differentiates these women, you could say, does she have blonde hair, brown hair,
They're both
etc.
brown.
You still have 9 questions. Nine
Yeah,
questions
we still
in there,
have
yes.
plenty of questions. So,
Oh.
what's the
How-
difference
South
between
Lake
these
Lane.
two girls? Are they both brunettes?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty. Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Because I know
How
Was
in
one
the
both
on
white,
Sao
brown
Fang's ship?
hair. Fuck, what can we?
You guys can knock this out in 10 questions. How many women in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie that's going to fit into what he's talking about that are grounded characters? 10 women?
10 women?
Well, how many
That
did
Hot Toys
yeah,
made?
They only made like 2.
That's the point I'm making. How is it not? How are you not going to be able to
Can't
guess it in
remember.
10 questions?
Let me
All right,
do
can
it, and
I'll
we'll
ask another
definitely not
question.
get it.
How about this? Does she have long brown hair?
Yes. I can't.
You can't be you. It's
I
got to be
think
yes
it's
or
brown.
no.
All right,
Then
so then it's
yes.
either brown or black, right? We get that. So then it's
I
close
love
enough.
Feezy. I love him. He goes, "Wow."
Yes, it's brown.
Yes, it's brown.
Your
All right,
answers
well,
are
Beam, I'm
pliable.
going to rely on you then because it sounds like you know a little bit more about this than the rest of
Yeah,
us.
he's crazy.
Was this character the captain of a ship?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, was this character featured in the first Pirates of the Caribbean film?
No.
Okay, so then it's not Keira Knightley.
There you go. Knock this shit out.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know.
I'm talking about them. I have no power. I have no dog in this
The
fight.
problem is, like I said, I
got 8
slept.
dogs.
I slept through the other movie, so I didn't see.
I only saw the first one.
I only saw the first
saw
one too. Yeah.
Well, Beam is solely on your
So it's
shoulder.
all on you, Beam.
Yep.
No, it's not all on me.
Oh,
man.
yes, it
I can't
is.
remember the damn name.
Oh, I'm sorry. You see
If
them
you can't
all.
remember the name, it's okay. You can just
Starscream.
if you ask a question that identifies the character, then I'll take that.
I
Megatron?
like Starscream.
Megatron.
Yeah.
Oh, I still kind
Is
of
it
want to
Starscream?
know.
Yeah. Soundwave.
Orson Welles as a planet.
Yeah.
Did this character also dress as Jack
Oh
Sparrow?
my god.
Yes.
Okay, and then it's her.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that. Yep. You guys
Got
got it. It is.
Yay!
It is Angelica from Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're welcome, guys. You're
Stranger's
welcome.
Guide. Yep.
Yeah, thank
I'm-
you so much.
I'm so glad I could
Yeah.
help out in
I
this.
mean, my God, they had a
Yeah.
million questions. They could have
Oh,
carved.
I remember her.
Toy
I
Fair
know.
exclusive.
I remember seeing
Damn.
pictures of her.
I've
Yeah.
never seen it in
2012.
my life.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think
Still
that was a
can't
hot
remember
toy.
really.
That's how much
I,
it's
Yeah.
I
changed.
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know anything.
The daughter of Blackbeard, which is why I chose this figure because we were discussing Blackbeard. You know, that was the first figure we talked about.
Yeah.
Come on.
And so I thought this was,
You're giving us way too much credit.
yeah.
Well, let's make it. Listen, for anybody who saw this is kind of easy for anybody who knows
Right.
Pirates.
For anyone, dude, that's Penelope Cruz. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Penelope Cruz, that's what it was.
There she is.
Beam could have won this on his own.
Penelope.
You guys got
Cruz.
there, though.
He pretty much did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 This PZ20 is all I came here for anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You know
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
Pirates
Oh, he
Pirates
goes
of the Caribbean fans there
Yeah,
are
they
out there
don't
that
have
would have
that.
watched us talk through that and be like, "You idiots!
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Pirates
I
is
know,
a
yeah.
huge like
They hate
blockbuster
us now.
franchise."
Yeah.
Oh, hate me all you want. I've been hated from day one. I don't give a
You
damn.
found the 4 guys that don't know shit about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hey, you guys got there, though. You guys got there.
Yeah.
I will, though, speak on this figure. I mean,
2012.
yeah, I was going to say, it still looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Doesn't look bad
considering
at
how
all.
old this figure is.
Wait, and
But,
didn't we establish that there's gonna be trouble if it's pirates because that's
Yes.
fantasy? Didn't
I
we establish
told you
that?
the gray areas that you fall into here. You can't leave out of here with a member.
Yeah, I don't. Do you guys consider that fantasy?
Yes, it's
'Cause
ghost.
that's why I
You know,
asked,
I can
like,
use my
if you consider
computer.
fantasy
Yeah.
like
It's ghosts.
like
It's not a historical epic. I would say it's fantasy.
wizards,
It's
sorcerer. That's why I was saying, like, do you
Yes.
consider what I say, like Lord of the Rings and
yes.
what was it
Sword-
like?
Yeah, this is
Sword
like
Race
action
fan.
adventure to me.
That's what,
Yeah,
that's what
like,
it says. Action
It's
adventure.
in
so.
the larger category of fantasy.
That
Yeah.
action adventure is such a.
See, that's why it's always
Broad.
kind of
It's
there's like
broad.
kind
I
of
don't
hard
like
to
asking
answer
those
sometimes. Because if I would have said yes, it's fantasy. Would you guys have went in that? Well, it's kind of hard to
Well,
tell
like
now.
high,
But
high fantasy. High fantasy is
what
like
you mean, though.
the D&D
Yeah.
stuff, like Lord of the Rings, and
yeah, like
that's high,
that stuff. Yeah.
that's high fantasy, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's what it's called.
But so are
Yeah.
ghosts.
Oh, I didn't know.
Ghosts are part. I mean, they're in horror, but you can also find ghosts in fantasy.
But are
Yeah.
they in high fantasy though?
Like high fantasy
what
is like Wheel of Time and that kind of stuff. And then Sword and Sorcery is
Well, there are
like
ghosts
obviously
in Lord
Conan
of
the
the Rings.
Barbarian.
I don't know.
There's a whole
Listen,
barbie
they're putting stupid smoke witches in Star Wars. They're liable to do anything.
What is happening?
Yeah. What's going on? Blue saying he's gonna have to chase this figure.
I'm starting to vent.
Oh no.
Yeah. Eventually, he agrees with you guys saying that he considers Pirates fantasy. So
God, I
It's
But it's
sort
not
of
love
categorized.
the
And if you were to
chat.
look it up, it's not categorized in fantasy. So.
I love the chat.
But I guess another
Yeah, I
reason
think-
it would have to be fantasy is like the Davy Jones characters stuff. You know, like you have like full CGI characters and stuff, right?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
we
I
had the
just
same
don't think,
discussion.
I don't think they're fantasy.
Yeah,
No? You
same.
wouldn't count.
Actually,
what would
I
you
wouldn't
consider
count
this?
pirates.
Dead Man's
as-
Chest does say
What would you
fantasy.
call it?
I
What
don't
would you-
know. It doesn't seem
Well,
like
see, now,
Supernatural.
you don't
That's
know
like
what you call-
supernatural.
Yeah.
Supernatural.
So would Ghostbusters be supernatural rather than fantasy?
Yeah,
Those are
like
kinda what-
I
not
think
like
no,
that's a distinction.
Ghostbusters is supernatural.
we had
Yeah,
like a
no, it's-
similar discussion. I think with like Davy Jones and the Crow. I think that came up with the Crow because the Crow's not. Would you consider that fantasy?
No,
Or
that's
is that, like-
supernatural.
that's
Right,
Or,
yeah.
but it also could say it's a comic book movie.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
if
So
yeah,
that's
if you ask
another
that
genre.
question, yeah.
But
Yeah,
you're right.
that's
When I Google Pirates of the Caribbean, it shows 4 genres: action, comedy, adventure, and horror.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about fantasy.
It's ridiculous. But anyway,
And
what,
this is based
what
off
am I
of
going to do? I'm going to fight everything
Action.
that's online. No.
I call it action.
okay.
Action adventure.
Yeah.
fair.
Action,
action
adventure.
adventure. Yeah, I agree
Action
with that.
adventure, Yeah, that's
well,
that's probably like the broadest category I would say.
but
If
isn't Fast and Furious action and adventure?
No,
Yeah.
that's all fantasy.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's all fantasy. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the point I'm making.
yeah.
This is an interesting conversation to be had right there. 'Cause-
Yeah, it is, right?
I mean, that's
You can
definitely
go-
action, and it is fantasy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The stuff
good
they
job.
do.
Good job, guys. You got there. Either way.
With a little help.
Good
Yeah.
job, S Beam.
Yeah,
Good job,
yeah.
S Beam.
Good job.
Gladiator 3.
Yeah, Gladiator.
Well, you got to
Yeah,
get
I know,
your 2
right?
first.
That
There
was
you go.
yeah.
There's our hero right there.
Yeah, you guys. I figured you guys would get it eventually. Yeah, it is kind of tricky, right? Because the whole Disney property, we always
I'm
think of
never
the main
gonna ask
3.
about genre
Yeah.
ever again.
It's
I'm
always
never
something that's
asking
like,
that. I'll never ask that question again, Feezy.
yeah. All right. You got help, but you got help though. But appreciate you guys being good sports and getting it. Again, I know it's super late, so I don't know if you want to go real quick and just plug anything you got going on. Beam, we'll start with you.
We're live Mondays. Got some videos coming up here shortly. This week and next week, I got some videos coming up. Members get to see them first, so stay tuned for that. And then, don't forget to hit that like button. Always supports Feezy and the rest of the panel here. They're great people. So,
Yeah,
rock and
thanks for
roll.
that, man. Rock and roll. Appreciate you again, Beam, for joining us here. Ty, what about you? What do you got going on? Anything you want to plug?
Still working on Thrones. I'm starting to work on some Death Star walls, and thinking about some new content trying to work on, and also a new show with Marco.
Oh, that's
thank
right,
you.
yeah.
Thanks for
Yes.
collection.
I enjoyed
So,
that, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I really enjoy doing it. I'm looking forward to the next one.
That's awesome. Yeah, congrats again on starting that up. Yeah, I saw that.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job on both of your parts there.
It felt
So yeah,
good.
like I
Felt
said,
good.
I'll add everyone's links in the description here after the stream, so you can be sure to check them out, show them some love, and see if show them some support if you like what they're doing. What were you gonna say, Michael?
No, I was just coughing.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, To Thrawn's office.
Spaceballs.
Anything you want to plug? Anything you got going on?
No, I got nothing going on. I make no content, but I enjoy contributing to content like yours, and I want to thank you and the rest of the guys here for having me on tonight. It was a
Yes,
great time.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
man.
great time. And
Thank you, Feezy.
you know, on Tuesday nights though, you can see me with Connor and the crew over there, Hot Toys Hotline. It's a great show. Tuesday, 7:30. 7 o'clock East Coast. And then normally on Mondays, I'm with Shane with One Six Figure Focus, but Shane is currently snowboarding right now for the summer. So
Nice.
the show's on hiatus
That's right.
right now. But no, other than that, man, just find what brings you joy. I assume everybody watching this, that's in at least some part of that is in action figure collecting, and that's it, man. Be good to each other. That's all.
Yeah, man. Well said. And thank you again. I know you mentioned you had to wake up early, so I really appreciate you sticking this through and staying up late with us. And hopefully you're not feeling it too much tomorrow morning.
No, I'll be all right,
When we
man.
start.
I didn't want to miss it. You know, you asked me to come on, and I'm like I said, love your channel and love the vibe you create with the guys on the show. So thanks for having
Yeah, I
me.
appreciate that. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. It was really nice of you to say. Hopefully you come back again when you can. You know, I don't
I'd
want you to
love
have to
to.
kill yourself again. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
struggle.
always have this work schedule, so
Okay.
I'd love to.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll be sure to include you in those invites and see if you're able to join.
Yeah, please do. It'd be great.
Yes, sir. Michael Elliott, Action Figure Academy. Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, Action Figure Academy on YouTube. Please subscribe. I'm doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. Every 100 subscribers, I'm giving a clue to what's inside the box.
What's in the box?
And
What's
it's a
in
big
the-
one. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Big one. On the first, I did go over 100 subscribers as of last week. So the very first clue to what's inside the box is surrounded by humans.
There you go.
And
right.
also, I did give away some extra clues. It is a figure. It's not a vehicle, so it is a figure. And the other detail that I'll give away is it has a potential, and I don't like the term. I've said this far too often because it's misused in the community, but it does have a potential to be a grail. And what I mean by that is once this figure is sold out, there's a really high chance you'll never get it again.
Ooh.
So,
There you
and when
go.
you subscribe, please make sure I'm visible to you, because if you subscribe and I'm not visible, I mean, you're not visible to me, then you can't get into the drawing. And from what I'm seeing now, very few people are showing themselves. So I would encourage you to subscribe because your odds of winning are really good, at least right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. And Feezy, man, I love coming on your show. Have a great time here. And thanks for all you do for the community. You're a real swell guy.
I appreciate that, man. Much love. Yeah, I really do. All of you. Thank you for all of you for supporting me and tuning in and and for all the love basically. So I appreciate all you guys and thanks Michael and Beam and Ty and To. Just sharing, showing up and being in the chat and active, and that really means a lot too. So I know I don't have a lot of subscribers. I'm not trying to push that. So anyone that's here that tunes in, I know they're here because they want to be. So that goes for you watching, the viewers and the replay and all that. So that means that much more to me. So I appreciate you all and thank you for your time, and for again for the panelists here staying up late to do this with me. What's here? I'm blanking here. What I was going to say. Beam, you're almost at 1,000, right?
Yes, sir. Almost there.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So if you
Nice.
haven't already, check
968.
out Beam's channel. Consider subbing if you haven't. Get him to 1,000. Mike has already said he's over. Michael Elliott said he's already 100 subscribers. So congrats to both of you getting there. Making that content on the grind. So hopefully you get there. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll get over there. So again, thank you to all watching who stayed throughout the whole stream this evening, and for all of you catch the replay, much appreciated. Much love to all of you guys. And with that, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like Tio said, have fun, enjoy collecting. As Beam says, be kind to one another. And with that, we'll catch you on the next one. Later, all.